weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
A wild weekend in Marquette at the Superior Dome, and some fantastic finishes in Battle Creek. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. Trailing by 12 with just over 1 minute remaining in the Division I 8-player football championship game, the odds of Martin pulling off a comeback against Inland Lakes were not very good. But then Gavin Myers threw a touchdown pass to Tegan Harris. Next, Martin recovered an onside kick. And with just 5 seconds to go,
now Branch moves over to the right side as well. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Myers looks, pressure comes. He's going to go up the middle. Keeps it on the right side of the 5. Dives for the end zone, and he's in! Touchdown, Martin, with 5 seconds to go. The Clippers have completed the comeback.
That was Matt Chapkus of the MHSAA Championship Radio Network on the call as Myers ran it in from 21 yards out to give Martin a 30-26 win and a state title. In Division II, Adrian Lenawee Christian capped a perfect 13-0 season with a 36-18 win over Marion. Easton Boggs hauled in 9 passes for 210 yards and 3 scores for the Cougars. Quarterback Sam Lutz threw for 350 yards and he added 2 rushing touchdowns. Marion finishes a fantastic season at 11-1. The Eagles put up more than 50 points per game on average this year. For more on both of the 8-player championship games, check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, in the Lower Peninsula Girls Swim and Dive Championships, Ann Arbor Pioneer captured the title in Division I. It is the school's 4th straight D1 championship. In Division II, Farmington Hills Mercy is your champion. Mercy won by more than 125 points and captured the school's first swimming and diving title since 2019. And the final game ball goes to East Grand Rapids in Division III as they captured their 7th championship in girls swim and dive in the last 8 years.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
For the second consecutive season, coaches will have the ability to challenge plays during the 11-player football finals. All potential scoring and turnover plays will continue to be automatically reviewed. But again this year, coaches will be allowed to challenge 1 play per regulation and 1 in overtime, with some restrictions. First, a team must have a timeout available and call it to initiate a review. Second, there are a limited number of items that can be reviewed. Those include catch or no catch, ball carrier in or out of bounds, forward or backwards pass, and a handful of others. If successful, the coach will be given back the timeout. In overtime, coaches can challenge once, no matter how many overtime periods are played, and only if they have a timeout.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. On the volleyball court at Kellogg Arena in Battle Creek, 4 champions were crowned. Let's start with Division I, where Farmington Hills Mercy dropped the first 2 sets to Grand Rapids Forest Hills Northern before storming back and winning in 5. In Division II, North Branch won its 2nd straight title, this one in straight sets over Grand Rapids West Catholic. Division III saw Kalamazoo Christian defeat Traverse City St. Francis in 4 sets. It's the first volleyball title in school history for the Comets. Holland DeVries finished with 16 kills and 27 digs in the victory. And in Division 4, after being down 2-0 in both the semifinals and finals, Clarkston Everest Collegiate won its first volleyball state title. They knocked off Leland in the title match after beating Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central in 5 sets in the semis. Coverage of all 4 divisions can be found at MHSAA.com. That wraps up the fall season here on This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we will see you in the new year with the winter season in full swing.
Landis to drive, swatted off the backboard by Regneris. Bulldogs push to Cam. He'll go to the line for one more. Gathers right circle. Schweiger leaves it for Westrick. Over to Bates. Shot scores on the power play. Braden Bates, the sophomore defenseman, 35-34. Maynard down the left side of the lane. Reaching shot off the window. Good for Taryn Maynard. Free throw up. Too strong. Fight for the rebound on the floor. Maynard has it, ripping away up top for Titus. Zeros across the scoreboard, and Jennison has won. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Breslin Center and game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here. Picking around corner, Stockwell again, and one. Right elbow, skips the right corner to Watson. Catch and shoot 3. Splash! Muskegon has taken the lead, 47-46. His right-hand hook shot, no good. Ball hangs above the rim. Tyron Thomas skies and tomahawks home the rebound. 40-36 Northview. The play of the day from Tyron Thomas. And hello everyone, and welcome to game night, and welcome to Van Noord Arena. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. This is game night on Michigan Sports Radio, and this is the invite. Day-long coverage on Michigan Sports Radio today. The first 2 contests are right here on MGN. Unity Christian Grandville, Grand Rapids Christian Hudsonville to start off today, Chandler. And we start off today with a couple of matchups. Really, this is true of both of these games. You've got a Grandville team, a Hudsonville team that are trying to prove a lot of questions in terms of what they bring to the table. They both seem to have really big potential. And then you've got traditional powerhouses. Unity Christian, Grand Rapids Christian, of course, has got some state championship of type potential, I think, that they're thinking this year. A couple of games to start the day that we have the privilege of covering that we're going to learn a lot about where these teams are. And it's what's great about having an early season tournament like this or showcase like this going on at a great venue like Van Noord Arena.
Yeah, a unique opportunity when you've got a showcase event like this where you get some teams that normally wouldn't match up against one another early on in the season when teams still have a lot of questions about themselves, still kind of trying to figure out what they are. You know, each team's going to have the individual questions. This when you've got teams that like Grandville that has 1 game. You've got a team with Unity that's already played 4 games. And so, I mean, both these teams are in the process of figuring things out. And today will be a big part of establishing the rest of the season for both of them.
All right, this is our Centennial Securities pregame coverage. And we're going to quick step aside. When we come back, we're going to go to Coach's Corner. And had a chance before the season started, now 1 game in, to talk to the third-year head coach of the Grandville Bulldogs, Desmond Young, a little bit about his very unique and very tall team. Essentially 4 kids at 6'5" or above are in this Grandville starting lineup. So we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Young and get this day started here from Van Noord Arena.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
You can feel confident choosing Farmers, which means a black cat doesn't always spell bad news.
What about a gang of them?
Actually, a group of cats is called a clouder. Isn't that right, tough guy?
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
And welcome back, everyone, to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and MGN. And welcome to Coach's Corner, first edition of the basketball season. It is the head coach of the Grandville Bulldogs, now entering his third season as the bench boss of the Bulldogs. It is Desmond Young joining us here today. First off, Coach, how are you? How excited are you for the season right around the corner here?
I'm doing well. I can't complain at all. You know what? I'm very excited to enter my third year and get things rolling.
Yeah, and let's get into that third year because there's so many things to talk about. Let's kind of start with a bit of the 1,000-foot view, I guess, of this season. When you look at your team, losing a lot of pieces, from last year's team, a couple guys coming back, long off season. Tell me about kind of the work that the guys have put in and your excitement for how this year's mix kind of on the whole is going to get to play out.
You know what I mean. You brought up a good point for me. I lost this past season. I lost a couple key pieces in guard play, but when you return, I returned two kids that, well, actually three kids that played some minutes last year. Then my big fella Cam Regneris, he returns for his senior year. So those him and then a couple others, Corbin Heckman and Colin Haybor, those kids played significant minutes. So they kind of know how I do things and how we do things, and the work that they put in this summer and this fall has just been tremendous.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned Cam Regneris. Let's start there. Obviously, now a signee with Grand Valley State, so I'm excited to see him go and play for my my alma mater going ahead. But tell us about, we've seen the year-over-year growth out of Cam. Yeah. Tell us about this offseason and how much better you think he even has a chance to maybe be going into his senior season.
You know what? It's for him, it's a coach's dream because most coaches, and when they're dealing with like your best players and stuff like that, they have to get them to work defensively and all that kind of stuff. For me, I haven't had to basically do much with him defensively. He's his own motor defensively. So for me, it's all been about offensively. So like this year, I think his offensively package that he will have will help us in a way. He won't be just a post player and stuff like that. You'll see a lot of him on the perimeter and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and alongside him in the front court, I think it's one of the big stories about the team this year is how many returners at forward you have. A transfer coming in as well. You can talk more about him. A really interesting mix in the front court. Tell us a little bit about the other forwards and how things will be lining up at the 3 and 4 spot.
It's with our 4-man Corbin Heckman. He returns. Man, he was with Cam. He came in with Cam as a sophomore. He's played some varsity minutes. He started all of last year except towards the end of the year. So he's going to be playing a lot of minutes. And we end up getting a transfer in from Indiana, Caden Neves. It's crazy. Like a kid just pops in from, a different state and just ends up in Grandville, So that was pretty interesting, but he'll probably be our 3-man, and then Colin Haybor, who was a sophomore for me last year, now a junior, he's a 6'6" wing. He'll probably be on the wing as well. So
yeah, and I mean, like if you know anything about Indiana high school basketball, Caden, where he's from in Fishers, that's a year-over-year like top-level program, and of course a basketball crazy state in Indiana. So to get a kid like that to join the program, just adds so much. So on the other side of things, the backcourt, losing essentially 3 college players from that backcourt. Yep. I know you've got a couple of underclassmen on the roster, a couple guys that returned that we saw limited minutes a year ago. What are things going to look like, start of the year and probably evolving with some young players as well in the backcourt?
It's crazy because if anybody knows basketball, if you have a really good backcourt, you can be successful. And our current backcourt has very limited experience. It's been a big fall, but it was also a big summer for some of these guys just to be able to just spend some time with them in the month of June, going to some team camps and having them just get their feet wet some, and then, now the season's here and I got a senior in the backcourt. I got another junior that's coming up from the JV team. We ended up getting another kid that transferred in. That's a freshman. He's going to be up on the varsity as well. Carter Wade is his name. He transferred from Langsburg. He won't be healthy until the middle of December. So it's gonna be a work in progress, you know, with our backcourt. And hopefully, you know, I mean, hopefully our returners and our front court can help our backcourt get adjusted in a way as well.
Hey, Grandville head coach Desmond Young joining us here. And coach, you take a look at that kind of mix and you talk about that with the backcourt. Sets up perfectly for this next question. We know the identity of this team the last couple years and the great guard play, the incredible defensive play that you guys bring, especially in man-to-man every single night. You know, this year, moving away from the guard play, adding some more size. How do you think there might be some evolution maybe to some extent? Obviously going to stick to that identity as much as possible, but how might this team look a little bit different than the first 2 years of your tenure here at Grandville?
I think our team will be a better shooting team.
Okay.
You know, I think we'll shoot a lot more threes. I think with our height and our length, we can do some other things defensively that I have not done with since I've been here. But I think overall offensively, we're a better shooting team than we have in the last 2 years. Now, I don't think as of right now, we're not the same defensive team as we have been the last 2 years either. But, you know, when you have somebody in Cam in the middle that he can protect us a little bit, I think we can, you know, maneuver and we can figure it out.
Yeah. And the start of your schedule this year, I mean, you've traditionally had difficult starts and difficult non-conference along with a really tough OK Red. You know, tell us about the value of scheduling. I mean, starting off with East Grand Rapids Unity Christian, Forest Hills Central, playing Grand Rapids Christian later in the year in the non-conference. What is the value of seeing that really, really tough schedule to prep the team?
You know what? Because I mean, for me, it's building. I'm building the program. You want to get these kids exposed to everything that's around our area, but also too, you want to be in a position to, you know, try to be prepared by time districts come and all that good stuff. I mean, we know how the formula works with district seedings and all that stuff. And then when you get that conference play, you know how tough our OK Red conference is. I mean, you're in a dogfight every night. So it's the I shouldn't say preseason, but the non-conference schedule is very important for, you know, just the overall success for the team.
Yeah, absolutely. And lastly, Coach, kind of to wrap things up, in terms of your coaching staff, you probably know where I'm going with this question. You've been able to retain a lot of the key pieces from last year, but you do have a new assistant coach, former Michigan standout John Teske, this year one of your assistant coaches. Tell us, where did that relationship come from, and you know, how excited is he and you to have him as part of this?
You know, it's funny that you asked that question, where the relationship came from. We have mutual. Well, one of my friends, I mean, is his cousin, and his cousin asked me, you know, what if he said John Teske wants to get involved with a local high school team, and I said, what? And I couldn't believe it. And I was like, well, let me sit down and talk to him. You know, as soon as I sat down and talked to him, and like John and I hit it off, and it's been great. I mean, having him a part of our staff has just been obviously wonders for our big guys. Cause I mean, he's played at a high level, and he can relate to some of these kids that, you know, something that I can't do or anybody else in my staff can do from that position standpoint. But the overall, him wanting to be here every single day has been great.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, my first, like you mentioned, the big guys, my first thought goes to like Cam Regnaris has already been such a stud. Now he gets to have a guy like John Teske teaching him and learning more. It certainly is exciting, and it's going to be such an exciting year. Coach, thanks as always so much for your time, and good luck in the early part of the season. Can't wait to see how all these pieces start getting put together, because I think it's going to be a really exciting team to watch this year.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
All right, head coach Desmond Young of the Grandville Bulldogs here on Game Night.
Securities was founded based on the belief that the interests of our clients must always come first.
We listen and understand your objectives before making a recommendation. We customize the portfolio of investments to fit your goals.
It is our commitment to provide a strong line of communication.
Our services include family wealth management, saving for retirement, and estate planning and trust services.
Getting started is as easy as picking up the phone. After all, when everything is said and done, isn't it about time?
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back to the Invite. Van Noord Arena, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here. Enhanced radio coverage, radio-only event all day long here on Michigan Sports Radio. We'll get ahead of that now before people start asking why we don't just put the camera on the on the court, because we get that during the events normally. Mm-hmm. So we'll get that out of the way now. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, and CT. About a minute to go before we get this one underway. Grandville coming off a good win to start the year. Unity Christian 3-1. Unity Christian, a team that's pretty banged up. Grandville moving a lot of pieces in. Like we said at the top, these two teams, we're going to learn a lot about where they are. We know what the coaches want to run. We know what these teams want to be. A lot to learn today, though.
Yeah, there sure is. I think, for Grandville, one game in, it looked like the size that they had worked for them, and that's going to be something that's going to continue to be tested as they go through the course of the season. Here today, again, will be the next one. And I think for Unity, kind of interesting with some of the guys that they've got down. It's a test of depth early on in the season, coming off a game last night, and right back here on a Saturday, already down a couple guys. But if there's any coaching staff that's going to be able to get it done, it's Scott Sudsma for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Jake Chapman out for the season, and then TJ Fisher, neck injury, going to be out something like 6 weeks or so, almost 2 months, that he's going to be out of the Unity Christian lineup. So keep an eye on that. National Anthem on deck. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll get you your starting lineups. We'll get you basketball. We've got the first 2 games of the day here at the Invite. Going to be a terrific day all day long here on Michigan Sports Radio.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
Securities was founded based on the belief that the interests of our clients must always come first.
We listen and understand your objectives before making a recommendation.
We customize the portfolio of investments to fit your goals.
It is our commitment to provide a strong line of communication.
Our services include family wealth management, saving for retirement, and estate planning and trust services.
Getting started is as easy as picking up the phone. After all, when everything is said and done, isn't it about time?
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats? Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back to Van Noord Arena. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you for the Invite. Grandville Unity Christian starts our day here from one of the best basketball venues you're going to find across the country, let alone just for D3. We were talking before the game, the fact that you have Hope, you've got Calvin in this area with these sort of venues as D3 programs, such a blessing to West Michigan with what we are able to play in. And course, thanks to everyone at GR Storm and Calvin University that's helped put this event on the last couple years. It's truly one of the absolute best ways to jumpstart our season. Quick starters in this one. Unity Christian has head coach Scott Sudsma running the bench, one of the, I'd even say probably the best coach of high school basketball in the state of Michigan. And his team 3-1 coming in. They'll start the senior guard, Colin Newheis, the sophomore guard, Kyler Bergheis. They'll also have the senior 5'11 guard, Micah Aerosmith, in the backcourt. On the wing is the 6'1 junior, Max Vancouver. Hugo Vanderwall, the 6'6 senior, starts up front. Grandville's got their big lineup back for head coach Desmond Young in his third season. 1-0 on the year off their win over East Grand Rapids. Jackson DeYoung starts in the backcourt alongside the 6'6 guard, Colin Highbore. Out back for the Bulldogs on the wing, the 6'5 junior, Caden Neves. And up front, the 6'4 forward, Corbin Heckman. In the middle, the Grand Valley State-bound senior, the 6'8 Cam Regnaris. Grandville, the home, all-white uniforms, numbers in maroon, and trimming all in maroon. The traveling navy blues for Unity Christian, numbers, lettering, and trimming all in gray. Grandville moves right to left across your radio dial, and Cam Regnaris wins the tip straight back. We're underway. Jackson DeYoung, the control, the defense picked up by the sophomore Bergheis to begin. We'll see a lot of different things defensively out of this Unity Christian team. They've been known a lot for some of their matchup zone looks. Turnaround, mid-range jumper, down and good to start on the turning shot from Colin Highbore. He had a terrific game with 18 cutter on to Vancouvering, and Vancouvering scores. So quick action right away, and Unity Christian brings a bit of a full court trap on right here, trying to get Grandville to have to handle the ball with all the tall pieces they have. They break the pressure over the timeline to Highbore. He'll give it on to DeYoung, get it back, and then feed DeYoung. Jump pass, right corner, catch and shoot three. Highbore spins it home. 5 early points for Colin Highbore. What a start to the year for that young man.
Yeah, continuing his hot start that he had on Tuesday night, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs, picking right back up. Couple shots, one underneath the basket, a little fadeaway, and then from 3 there.
Neuenhuis feeds right wing on to Bergheis, the sophomore. Of course, with the injuries to Fisher and Chapman for the length of the season, in Chapman's regard, a little bit of a different lineup than what they even started the year with. A floater in the lane from Neuenhuis off the mark. Rebound ripped down by Aerosmith, the right block, and kicked right corner. Catch and shoot 3, Vancouvering misses everything strong, and Neves, the Fishers, Indiana transfer to Grandville, takes the basketball, and number 5 in maroon will start the offense. 2-hand push feed right corner to Regnaris. Spins baseline and gets grabbed and fouled by Vancouvering. First foul of the game, 6:36 to go in the first, 5-2 Grandville. It's the terrific start from Highbore leading the way right now for the Bulldogs. We saw Unity, though, once already bring some of the full court pressure. They're trying to make Grandville, who've got more questions certainly in their backcourt than their front court, have to handle the basketball. Inbound feed to Regnaris, and he is fouled again on the drive to the basket. And they got Vancouvering for his second and the team's second. Baseline right inbound coming up here in the home white jerseys for Highbore and the Bulldogs. Highbore lobs right corner for Regnaris. Handoff for Highbore on the curl right corner. Defended and bumped into by Vanderwall. Swung left wing on to Heckman. Drops off on a handoff feed to DeYoung. He'll dribble it out onto the Calvin logo at center court. Kicks a 2-hand feed left corner to Neves. Spins in the lane. Leaner off the window. Rattles home. Good work from Caden Neves, the lanky 6'5 wing, able to score at 7-2 Grandville. Just about 2 minutes gone in the first. By the way, we do have a shot clock here in this contest. 29 on the clock right now. It's a 35-second shot clock for all games this afternoon. Vancouvering spinning into the lane, skips it on to Bergheis, who's able to secure the basketball, feed one left corner to Neuenhuis, tries to feed to the top of the key. Jackson DeYoung reads the pass perfectly. All alone, DeYoung drives the length of the floor and scores 9-2. Perfect start for Grandville.
Yeah, great read from DeYoung there, just anticipating the swing pass. In the wing, they're able to jump it and then take it the other way for 2.
Right wing, Bergheis poked into by DeYoung. They wind up on the floor. Bergheis has it away. Neves joins the fray. Held ball is called as it gets grabbed onto. Alternating possession stays with the Satyrs right away. Some changes. Jack Kaminga, senior or sophomore, easy for me to say, wing, will check in here for Unity Christian coach Sudsma, as Vancouvering will take a seat with those 2 fouls. 5:38 in the first, right side inbound in front of the Grandville bench for Unity Christian. Skipped up top onto Bergheis. So feed it right corner to Neuenhuis. Noack feed to the right elbow to Vanderwall, back on to a curling Neuenhuis, launches a long jumper, rattles out, rebound in the corner, secured by the Crusaders, and skipped on to Bergheis left wing. He'll back it out, defended by DeYoung. Man-to-man defense physically for the lanky Bulldogs to open up here. Bergheis around a screen, stops top of the key, feeds on to Vanderwall. Left wing triple from the lanky senior is down and good as he's able to roll it home. Vanderwall puts Unity Christian back on the board, 9-5 ball game.
Even though the Crusaders giving up height at pretty much every position, they've got a couple offensive rebounds and some second chances.
DeYoung driving into the lane, and a defensive blocking foul was called on Aerosmith, who was trying to get in the way, and he was trying to draw the offensive foul. Third team foul on Unity Christian, as the Bulldogs are 2 away from the bonus with the new bonus rules this year. 5 fouls get you into the double bonus per quarter now. Inbound pass, left corner to Neves. Behind the back dribble, good move. Stops at 18 feet. Throws with one hand across the floor. Jumped and stolen by Bergheist. He'll race the other way with some pace. Two-hand feed, able to get secured by a chasing Neuenhuis left corner. His feed to the corner, poked out of bounds by Hybor, and stays with Unity Christian baseline left on the inbound. 4:53 in the first, 9-5 Grandville.
Turnover from Neves there off the inbound pass. Got stuck in the corner, ended up trying to throw it out. Crusaders looked like they might have had numbers, but another tipped pass going to have them keeping the possession.
Vanderwall swings around right wing to Neuenhuis. He'll get it right corner on to Kaminga. Drives the baseline, floater over top of Regnerus. Too strong. Two-hand reaching rebound secured by Corbin Heckman, and he'll take it up himself. The third-year senior varsity player Heckman throws across to Neves. He'll tow a college triple from the right wing. Too strong, no good. A rebound taken down by Vanderwall. Unity Christian run with Bergheist. The sophomore stops right wing, defended by DeYoung. Low crossover dribble. Right corner to Kaminga, his fellow sophomore. Up top, Aerosmith swung left wing to Bergheist. Bergheist drops it off for Neuenhuis. Driving into the lane, right-hand shot, blocked by Hybor. Fight for the rebound, put back is good. 9-7 ball game.
Yeah, we'll see who gets the points there. That was kind of just a ball slapped up in the air. Neuenhuis was there, probably going to get credit for the bucket, but kind of just got slapped out of control.
Right corner, Neves tries a triple off the mark. Rebound on to the Bulldogs, and Regnerus is punched into the backcourt by Cam, and it'll be an over and back, and it'll go back the other way with Unity Christian here. 3:55 in the first. UC has brought it within 2 right here. They'll make a couple of substitutions, including the third sophomore on this roster. Brogan Sherd, the guard, will check on in right here, along with Isaac Eppinga, the long senior forward for Coach Sudsma. Bulldogs have still not made a change to their unit yet in this ballgame. Inbound high feed, snagged with the right hand of Eppinga in the corner. He'll turn right wing on to Vanderwall. Two-hand push feed up top for Neuenhuis. Neuenhuis defended by the lanky Hybor. Pass across is tipped by Hybor into the hands of Vanderwall. Spin, hook shot, left hand no good. Rebound down to Neves. Bulldogs push to Heckman with 3:38 in the first. 9-7 Grandville. Heckman right extended block onto Regnerus, spins in the lane, nice move, and a two-hand lay-in. Some good work there from Cam Regnerus. Gets his first points of the game, 11-7.
Yeah, nice work, and able to use that spin move to cover some ground, get himself underneath the basket, and then able to finish it.
Neuenhuis, free throw line, hand off to Kaminga left wing. He'll drop it for the curling Sherd left corner, across to Vanderwall. Catch and shoot right wing 3, short off the front rim, rebound snagged and fed up top to Sherd and Unity Christian. He'll launch a triple, rolls out, rebound Regnerus. Bulldogs push to Neves, working with some pace. Lob pass, right corner, catch and shoot 3, Hybor. That one too short, rebound down to Vanderwall. He's fouled by Neves on the fight for the ball as he gets sent sprawling down to the hardwood. Xander Sorokin, 6'2 junior guard, will check in here for the Bulldogs. Off the break, 2:58 in the first. That is the first foul on Neves in this contest, and the first on his team.
Neves crashing the boards hard there off the Hybor 3. Ended up going through multiple Crusaders down there, boxing out, trying to gather that rebound and drawing the foul.
Kaminga feeds free throw line to Eppinga. Turns his back on Sorokin. Leaning shot. Off the window. Good. Able to get the matchup advantage right there in terms of the height with Eppinga and get it back down to 11-9 Bulldog advantage. Sorokin, the junior, goes behind the back with a starter step move. Hand off right wing on to Hybor. The left-hand dribble. Lobs it left wing to Neves. Left block on to Regnerus. Gave the back, gave the shoulder. Right-hand hook shot, too strong. Rebound is secured by Neuenhuis. He'll run the offense. Neuenhuis, 32 points a couple of games ago in their win over Covenant Christian. He's got 2 in this one. Handoff left wing to Sherd. Curls to the free throw line. Given around a couple of times on to Neuenhuis left wing. Then they hit the cutting Sherd. Fed to the right block on to Vanderwall. Turns his back, feeds up top. Sherd, catch and shoot 3, too short. Vanderwall the rebound, mid-range jumper, misses everything strong. Rebound down to Heckman, and the Bulldogs to take right to left over the timeline with 2 minutes to go in the first. 11-9 Grandville. Right wing for Hybor, defended by Isaac Eppinga. Right corner for Neves. Neves throws all the way across the floor to Heckman. He'll drive the baseline. Hook shot, no. Rebound initially snagged by Regnerus. Rolls off his left hand. Unity takes it and pushes on to Sherd over the timeline. Push pass down low. Vanderwall back on to Sherd. Floater in the lane. Good. We're tied at 11 with 1:35 in the first.
Yeah, good work by Sherd and Vanderwall running the floor that time. Vanderwall able to get all the way down low and then dump it right back off after he gets the ball initially.
Highbor stops free throw line, feeds left block to Regneris, gave a shoulder, and a defensive foul is called on the block. Foul on Kamiga. He was trying to draw the offensive foul. It'll go against him instead. Bergheis will check in along with Vancouvering here for Coach Sodsma. Bulldogs also bring Boston Postman now in for the first time, as Highbor will take a seat for the Dogs. 1:22 in the first, 11 all, baseline left inbound for Caden Neves in Grandville. Late substitution, Micah Aerosmith back on the floor for Jack Kamiga. Neves lobs at Regneris, left corner, left wing for Heckman. Left corner to Neves with a bit of space, launches a three, too short, and a long rebound tracked in, towing the end line by Eppinga and Unity Christian. Satyrs with a chance to take their first lead here with 1:12 and less in the first. Right wing, Bergheis spinning into the lane. Left-hand fader over top of Postma, too strong, but a foul called on the Bulldog 5'10 senior guard. That will send Bergheis to the line, and that will give Unity Christian a chance for their first lead here.
Yeah, Bergheis able to drive strong to the right side that time. Hesitate just enough, looked like he was going to go the fadeaway, go up with the left hand and draws Postma in just enough to get him to commit the foul.
Bergheis, the righty. Free throw is pure down the middle. He's able to get the first, and Unity Christian's taking their first lead, 12-11. 1:05 in the first here from Calvin. Second one. Rattles home. Bergheis hit them both. Heckman run the offense. 14 fouls on Unity Christian, 2 on Grandville, and a 2-point lead for the Crusaders inside the final minute of the first. Here's Sorokin off a leaping grab at the top of the key, dribbling with the left hand, defended by a reaching Bergheis. Left wing for Heckman. Drives, spins into the lane, nice move, right hand floater, got the rattle. Really nice move right there from Corbin Heckman to tie the game off the spin and the floater finish. 42 seconds in the first.
Yeah, Heckman not giving up on the play after the defender falls to the ground, kind of waiting. Potentially there was going to be a whistle, but able to still finish that play, drop it in.
Bergheis feeds left wing onto Vancouvering, drives to the basket, reverse layup, touched at the rim and deflected away by Regneris. Rebound down to Neves with 25 seconds. Shot clock turned off. We have the shot clock on, but we really haven't seen any use of it so far in this one. Reaching pass from Postma to the corner, poked into the Unity Christian bench by Vancouvering. 17 seconds even in the first, 13 all.
Vancouvering able to get in front of Regneris there on the entry pass, knock it free, and after picking up 2 early fouls, Vancouvering been out there for quite a while. Now he's going to find the bench for the last couple seconds of the first quarter.
It'll be Kamiga in his place. Left corner, Postma to throw in for the Bulldogs. Lobs it with 2 hands up top for Sorokin, standing at the volleyball line, dribbling with the right hand, picks up the dribble, tight defense on him from Eppinga, lobs left block, nice pass to Heckman, left hand hook shot, good for Corbin Heckman. Great find from Postman, a good finish, 5 seconds to go. Sprinting over the timeline, Bergheis, down the right side, pull up shot, 18 feet, no good, short, that'll do it for the first quarter. Over crosstown rival Unity Christian after the first. We'll be right back here from Calvin.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
All right, welcome back to Calvin. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. Second quarter on deck. 15-13, Grandville over Unity Christian. A frantic pace to this one in the first quarter. I mean, Unity even picked up the pace enough they got Grandville, traditionally a little bit slower team, running quite a bit.
Yeah, both teams up and down the floor pretty quickly, getting into their offense occasionally, but a lot of quick possessions up and down the floor, and really both offenses did all right, and were able to knock some shots through that.
All right, both teams back out. Grandville home whites traveling Navy Blues for Unity Christian. The Bulldogs bring Brendan Vanderhart, their sophomore guard, who had 9 points off the bench on Tuesday in the win over East Grand Rapids and looked like a real shooter. He'll be in to join the Bulldog unit right here. And, of course, Coach Sudsma makes some swaps up as well. Grandville starts with the basketball to begin the second quarter. Jackson DeYoung, the senior guard, to run the offense right to left over the timeline. Feeds right wing to Postma. Got it back. Reaching steal attempt from Sherd. Ripped away by DeYoung. Bulldogs filter it right corner to Regneris. He'll dribble left wing, hold high above his head, hits a cutting Vanderhart, stumbles with the basketball, regathers, feeds right wing onto Regneris, who underhand flips it onto a curling Postma, top of the key. Right wing for DeYoung. Back up top for Postma. Peering left. Skip pass. Right wing for DeYoung. Feeds across to Vanderhart. Left corner to Postma. Postma fakes left. Drives right. Feeds up top to Vanderhart. Bulldogs 4 on the shot clock. Postma up top. Vanderhart forced to launch an awkward 3 and spins it home. He didn't even take a full jump shot. Kind of launched it off 1 foot, reaching around a defender. It's good for the sophomore Vanderhart. 18-13 Grandville.
Yeah, and Vanderhart was good in the first game of the season as well for the Bulldogs. Off the bench, able to hit a couple threes there. Late in the shot clock, hits another.
Unity Christian triple of their own from Aerosmith, the lefty off the mark from the right wing, and the rebound ripped down by Highbore and the Bulldogs. 7 minutes to go in the first half. 18-13 Grandville. Left wing DeYoung. Feeds left corner to Postma. Postma trying to get Regneris free. Swung around right wing to Highbore. He'll stop. Feed to Regneris, top of the key. Cam working with the left-hand dribble. Hands off for a curling Postma, top of the key. He'll drop it on the weave to Vanderhart. Left corner DeYoung. Jump pass. Regneris through 2 defenders. Launches and jams with 2 hands. Hangs on the rim for good measure. Staring at the Unity Christian student section. 7-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Crusaders tried to prevent that entry pass the whole way, and as soon as it did, the double team came, but Regneris still able to get through it. Get another lay-in.
Drive from Bergheist, stops free throw line, feeds left side, mid-range jumper, Aerosmith, pure, the lefty, knocks it down with a quick flick of the wrist, 20-15. 6:20 and less. DeYoung loses the basketball in the backcourt, full court pressure on from Unity Christian. The Satyrs steal it away with Sherd. He'll pull up with a jumper, free throw line, no. DeYoung grabs the rebound, defense pulls out, and he will be able to start up the Grandville offense. 6:05 and less in the second quarter, 20-15. Left corner to Postma, drives around a screen, pull-up jumper from 15, missed it all strong, and Eppinga grabs the rebound. 5:53 in the first half. Left wing, triple try, down and good for Jack Kamiga. Hit that one, nothing but net, back down to a 2-point game. Unity working with some real pace right now, and it's working offensively.
Yeah, finding some space there as the defense for the Bulldogs slow to get back, able to find an open 3.
Postma swings left wing to DeYoung. Lost the basketball on the floor. Bergheist lands on the ball. He rips it away from Postma. Both teams wrestling over the ball. Held ball is called. Alternating possession flips to Unity Christian to start this quarter. And the Satyrs take it over. Nieuwenhuis will check in along with Vanderwall. A little bit bigger unit, but right now Coach Sodsma's team is looking like a Coach Sodsma defense all over you the second you touch the basketball. If you're in the gym, you're being defended by Unity Christian harshly.
Yeah, they're really denying everything and mixing up defensively and moving around, making every pass difficult to the inside, trying to prevent that pass down to Regneris, and then turning that into running the other way, getting a good look offensively, and trying not to mess with the length of the Bulldogs.
Pass to Aerosmith, right corner goes through his hands, taken by Postma. Postma races past Aerosmith over the timeline, will start the possession. Postma spinning in the right wing, has white short sleeves underneath his white uniform. Feeds it across to DeYoung, drives, 2-hand feed, left corner for Vanderhart. Vanderhart probes inside, jump pass, left corner, catch and shoot 3. DeYoung rattles out, did a 360, would not fall. Rebound down to the Satyrs, Bergheist to push the pace. 5 minutes in the second, stop top of the key by DeYoung. Feeds free throw line to Vancouvering. Right wing to Vanderwall. Skip pass with 2 hands, right corner to Nieuwenhuis. He'll probe. Feed on to Vancouvering. Free throw line. Turnaround shot from 10 feet. Rattles out. Rebound ripped down by Regneris. Bulldogs to run through the pressure with DeYoung. Over the timeline to Vanderhart. Vanderhart back to DeYoung, top of the key. DeYoung drives, right-hand shot, off the window. Good, got the friendly touch. Nice job by Jackson DeYoung. He has 4 on that run to the basket. Grandville by 4, 4.5 in the second.
Yeah, the offense kind of needing a bucket right there. It's been slowed down a little bit. Having some issues passing the basketball. DeYoung just take it upon himself to go right to the rim.
Nieuwenhuis probing inside, up top for Vanderwall. Peering around, trying to get the offense set. Frantic pace in this game. Pass to the corner to Vancouvering. Poked into the stands by DeYoung. Neves and Sorokin will check in for Postma and DeYoung right here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, some really solid minutes early on from DeYoung.
Yeah.
Playing on the offensive end, those 4 points that you just mentioned, then a couple pokeaways and some steals defensively as well.
Aerosmith, the senior, feeds right wing to Vanderwall. Probes to the right block, feeds up top, swung left wing on to Nieuwenhuis. Drives to the free throw line, turns his back on Highbore, lost it, regathers. Underhand handoff left wing to Aerosmith. He'll filter it around and then get it back. Top of the key through the ball movement. Nieuwenhuis with the shot clock evaporating, launches one from 25 feet. That one only hits the glass. Coach Young, as the shot clock violation is on, with a big fist pump in motion. He loves the defense out of his team right there. Unity Christian will bring the full court pressure on the right to left inbound here. Vanderhart gets it into Neves. Neves is shoved along the end line. No foul called on Vanderwall. He'll take it. Neves over the timeline. Dribbled off his back, but regathers. Skips it on to Sorokin. Free throw line. No look feed. Right corner. Catch and shoot three. Highbore. Too strong. Rebound down to Sorokin, taken away from him on the putback attempt by Vanderwall. UC to run, push pass on to Sherd. Sophomore stops right block, right wing with space. Nieuwenhuis three, off the left side of the rim, no good. Rebound down to Highbore, 3.5 in the second, 22-18. What a frantic basketball game.
That's gone pretty quick, and right there, 3-on-2. Vanderhart and Highbore both able to stop the motion there from the Crusaders.
Nice move from Highbore, got free, but his floater will not fall. Back the other way with Nieuwenhuis and the Crusaders. Dump pass up top, Vanderwall fakes a shot, hands off for Sherd. Tries to drive inside, gives it back right corner to Vanderwall. Turns inside on the defense from Regneris. Spun left corner, catch and shoot three, too short Nieuwenhuis. Rebound down to Neves, 3 minutes to go, second quarter, 22-18 Grandville. Sorokin to the top of the key, defended here by Aerosmith. Drives, right block, floater over top of Aerosmith, good. Good work from Sorokin in the lane, 24-18 Grandville.
Yeah, the agility on the drive, they're able to get the defender to fly by and then stop.
Pull-up jumper through some contact, no foul called on Sherd. That shot's no good. Vanderhart, nice pass through the defense onto Neves, able to split a couple of defenders. Neves drives, tries to go for a two-hand dunk. He is fouled, and Neves will go to the line. They'll get Vanderwall. What a find, though, from the sophomore Vanderhart, running the break through a couple of defenders, filtering that pass through.
Yeah, the vision there to see Neves cutting towards the basket and then also to fit that pass through. There was a lot of traffic there right through the middle of the court, but able to slip it in. And then Neves, strong to the basket, gets himself to the free throw line.
First one, too strong for Neves. Off the connector, no good. Heckman will check back in, and we'll see Gibby Connolly come on for the first time for the Bulldogs here as well, as Cam Regneris gets a breather, along with Brendan Vanderhart. Neves, 6'5", junior, a transfer out of Fishers, Indiana. Very good first game, both ends of the floor. And if you know anything about Indiana high school basketball, Fishers, in a state that is basketball crazy, probably more than any other state in the Union, might be the best team in Indiana this year. So that's the kind of player Grandville certainly has been able to pick up. Mid-range jumper off a missed free throw from Unity Christian is no good. Heckman grabs the rebound and races the other way with 2:25. Heckman sent down to the floor. A travel's called. He was shuffling the feet as he was being pushed. The Unity Christian fans were emphatically signaling for the travel from behind. A little bit of a hesitation from the officials. There was a shove thrown in there. It will be a travel on Corbin. It will go UC's way.
Yeah, it looked like his Heckman trying to bring that one up, stumbled a little bit. It was a debate if there was going to be a foul called or if he just lost his balance and then ended up traveling, and that's what ended up being called.
Nieuwenhuis drive, tough floater around a defender, no good. Rebound down to Heckman. He'll push it on to Highbore over the timeline, right to left. The Bulldogs with pace. Heckman, right wing, got it back, feeds it back right corner to Highbore. Holding the ball high, starts a left-hand dribble, picks up the dribble, and kicks it up top for Neves. Neves all the way, throws it off the backboard of the missed pass on to Heckman. That's taken back the other way by Unity Christian. The Satyrs, right corner to Vanderwall, up fake, dribble drive, leaning shot, blocked away by Connolly. Rebound on to Neves with 1:48 in the second quarter. Grandville 24, Unity Christian 18. Behind the back dribble, Highbore left wing, stopped by Vanderwall. He then tries to feed a high floating pass down for Connolly. That's over his head, out of bounds. Highbore will take a seat. Postman will come in here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a couple turnovers now for the Bulldogs on back-to-back possessions, trying to throw some difficult passes across the court, and that's what the Crusaders are trying to force you into, make those simple passes difficult and then force you into passes over the top.
They've done that for 30 years if you've watched the Scott Sosma team. Drive to the basket, right-hand shot from Berghuis. Through contact, good off the window, and a foul. Kyler Berghuis has got one more coming up at the line, 1:27 in the second. One foul on either team. They're allowing a lot of contact in the second quarter.
Yeah, they really are. The entire game, both sides, there's been a lot of contact offensively, defensively. For the most part, the whistle has been kept quiet.
They'll get that foul on Sorokin, his first. Free throw, Berghuis good, splashes it down, completes the three-point play. He's got 5 points and is the leading scorer for Unity Christian. Coach Young wants a timeout to settle things down. Three-point ball game. Coach Sosma fired up on the other side as well. 1:27 to go in the second. We'll be right back here from Calvin.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service,
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
You can feel confident choosing Farmers, which means a black cat doesn't always spell bad news.
What about a gang of them?
Actually, a group of cats is called a clouder. Isn't that right, tough guy?
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to Calvin. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here at Van Ord Arena. 1:27 to go, second quarter, 24-21. Grandville over Unity Christian. This one's been a ton of fun. We've been flying up and down the court as UC definitely have Grandville a little bit picked up from the pace that we've seen the Bulldogs run more in the past.
Yeah, definitely. That's with the Crusaders, just have a tremendous way of pulling the strings. Coach Studzman knows exactly what he's doing and trying to speed up and slow down teams whenever he wants.
Bulldogs break a 1-2-2 full court trap, fed right corner to Postma. Right wing on to Heckman. He'll direct some traffic. The senior peering, starts the dribble, now picks it up, hounding him defensively is Eppinga. On to Regneris, push pass, extra feed, left corner, Neves. Spins in the lane, elevates, right-hand shot off the window and good. What a move, driving left baseline by Caden Neves to put Grandville back up 5.
Yeah, once they're able to break that pressure look, then Neves taking over the spin move and gets the defender to fall down, gets the lay-in. Took him a few passes to get there, but able to figure it out.
Kaminga, handoff, right block, Vanderwall, fakes a pass, turnaround hook shot too strong, rebound down to Postma with 41 seconds in the second quarter. 26-21 Grandville, 29 on the shot clock. Postma, hands off for Sorokin, gets poked into by Bergheist, turns around to the right wing with the basketball. Sorokin keeping the dribble with 22 on the shot clock, 29 on the game clock. Grandville trying to get their offense operating. Unity Christian pokes a pass into the backcourt by Bergheist. Head coach Desmond Young screaming out. John Teskey helping relay the message in as well right there for Grandville, trying to get the offense set up. They'll have 16 on the shot clock. Unity Christian will bring Micah Aerosmith in, as it'll be Eppinga taking a seat. Grandville now also late, going to bring Hybor in for Postma. 25 seconds, second quarter, 26-21 Grandville the lead, and about 9 seconds between shot and game clock. Hybor right wing, dump pass, right elbow for Heckman. He's fouled from behind by Vanderwall. Very loud Unity Christian crowd, I have to say. I think of the two crowds here today, they certainly are making a lot more noise on every single call either way.
The Bulldogs trying to dump it down low to Heckman, and Vanderwall trying to get around and deny that pass. Ended up fouling him from behind on the reach around.
Right wing Regneris up top for Heckman. Swung left wing Sorokin. They'll work it left corner to Neves. Down to a jumping Hybor. Turnaround shot, left block. Got it. What a shot from Hybor. He's got 7 turning in the lane, and he's very creative with that one. 7 seconds to go, second quarter. Sorokin, the defense on Bergheist. Bergheist drives, pulls up from 10, hits it over top of Sorokin, and that'll do it for the first half. Back and forth we went. It's 28-23 after the first quarter, CT. Let's welcome you back inside here, Van Ord Arena. I tell you what a first half. A lot of pace, a lot of shot making, some great defense mixed in as well. I mean, if you were going to make a shot, you had to do it over top of really good defense today.
Yeah, there's been some really good offense. There's been some shot-making ability, some tough looks that have been able to drop in for both these teams. But really, I think going into half, both coaches still feel like their defense at times was able to do exactly what they wanted to as well.
All right, fun start. We got a lot more to get to here in our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back here from Van Ord Arena. 28-23, Grandville lead at the half.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan hearing experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Van Noord Arena, and the invite 28-23 at the break. Grandville over Unity Christian. Fun one, Chandler. Some stats, please.
All right, we'll start with the Crusaders. New Ice with 2, Sherd with 2, Burgheist 7 points, Caminga with 3, Aerosmith with 2, Vanderwall 3, Eppinga 2, and Vancouvering with 2 for the Bulldogs. Sorokin with 2 points, DeYoung 4, Neves with 4, Regneris 4, Heckman 4, Vanderhart 3, and leading scorer Hybor 7 points.
Yeah, pretty balanced scoring for both of these teams. Of course, the leader Bergheis and Hybor with 7 for each of their teams. I want to talk more about Hybor. We talked a lot about him on Tuesday, though, but I mean, some of the shots he made, hit a 3, couple tough turnaround shots in the lane as well, defending very well. You know, he's essentially a kid last year that was playing more of the 3 or the 4. He's having to play the 2 this year with the way Grandville is setting things up with all of his length and ability. I mean, he has looked exactly like the X factor that we thought he could be for Coach Young and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, really on. Looks like he's definitely taken that next step, and for sure the confidence is there. That, you know, got the opportunity to see him a couple times last year, and just the confidence seems to be there. And he's always had that shooting touch, and now the shot's starting to fall, and he's made some difficult ones here in the first half. Some off balance, some fadeaways, some quick release ones. It's not just wide open looks either.
All right, fun day already. Fast moving and frantic first half in this one. 28-23, Grandville over Unity Christian at the break. We'll be right back with more here from our Farmers Insurance halftime show.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number 1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
You can feel confident choosing Farmers, which means a black cat doesn't always spell bad news.
What about a gang of them?
Actually, a group of cats is called a clouder. Isn't that right, tough guy?
We are farmers. Bum, bum.
Welcome back to Van Noord Arena. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. This is The Invite. Games 1 and 2 here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and MGN. The later two games also both on Michigan Sports Radio. So right on the Listen Live page, if that's where you are tuned in on Michigan Sports Radio, day-long radio coverage of this event. And it looks like, in terms of every game, the only place you can get every game of this event. So excited to be here and excited to help bring some of that coverage this afternoon, CT. 28-23, Grandville over Unity Christian at the break, and this one was frantic. It was a tough game. It was a hard-fought game. We saw a lot of contact, especially throughout that second quarter on the whole. Just kind of take us through blankly first, or broadly, I should say, kind of the keys to the second half you think each of these coaching staffs were trying to draw up in that locker room.
Yeah, I think the Crusaders in the first half really weren't able to get in their offense a whole lot, and I think by design they were trying to go pretty quickly and try to get that first open look that they could, just try to avoid some of the length and some of the difficulties they were going to have passing the basketball around against this Grandville defense. So we'll see if they're able to get into some more of their sets, get some more open looks for guys like Neuenhuis who have ability to get hot in the shooting the basketball as they did a game ago. And so I think the Crusaders have an opportunity there. The defense, they were able to kind of mix things up, force the Bulldogs into some turnovers. We'll see if they continue to bring some of that pressure to try to force the Bulldogs ball handlers into some mistakes. I think the Bulldogs, it kind of plays into that. The turnovers that they had, it is you can't get baited into those passes. Sometimes you've got the size down low that you want to dump the ball down there, but that's exactly where they want you to go. They're anticipating that pass, going to try to jump it. So we'll see if they're able to come up with a better attack to try to come up with that. Still get the basketball to their size, but not turning the basketball and doing so.
One thing we haven't seen a ton of is Coach Sodsma's kind of patented matchup zone half-court defense. They've been going to some of the full-court stuff. We haven't seen a ton of the matchup zone yet. Curious when we might see that worked in a little bit. By the way, in between the games, make sure you stay with us. We are going to have, we didn't do our typical tailgate report, our full YouTube production of a football recap. We have some of our season awards. We've already announced the Player of the Year. We'll re-announce the Player of the Year. But we've got some season awards, some season recap from football season. We're doing that in between the games. So stick with us. In between the games, we're essentially going to skip what we normally do for some of our pregame stuff, showing intros and different things. And we're going to time things out and check that out. So we'll of course talk about Hudsonville Grand Rapids Christian, but at the same time we're going to be getting you a little bit of football recap coverage to wrap up that season, because things just went so quickly, getting from Ford Field a couple weeks ago to right away into the start of this basketball season. 28-23 at the break, Grandville over Unity Christian. Thanks for tuning into the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show. Let's rock and roll, and thanks to Farmers Insurance, along with Centennial Securities, the presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. 8 fresh minutes up on the board, fresh 35 seconds on the shot clock. Grandville home whites, traveling navies for Unity Christian. The Bulldogs get it out of the break. They'll go left to right across the radio dial. Lineups that open the ball game, open the second half. And here we go. On DeYoung as he's loosely watched here by Bergheist. The Satyr leading scorer with 7 in the first half. DeYoung puts out the arm, gets over the timeline, got on to Heckman, who's double-teamed immediately, tries to feed on to Regner's. There's the trapping pressure from Unity Christian. Quickly back to the way of the Crusaders. Hand off a couple of times, winds up with Neuenhuis, launches a long one from the left wing that misses everything wide to the right. Grandville trying to run the length of the floor and beat the defense. Pass from Heckman on the high boards, jumped and stolen away by Neuenhuis, and he'll settle things down a little bit right here.
A couple turnovers back-to-back right there for the Bulldogs to open things up, and the Crusaders going to give it right back.
Yeah, Neuenhuis throws a pass inside. Some miscommunication stolen straight away by Neves. Neves will take it left wing, step around a defender, launch a 3, missed it all short. The rebound down to Vanderwall, almost has his pocket pick from behind by Heckman, but the Satyrs rip it up the left side of the floor on Aerosmith. He'll launch a 3 off the right side of the rim, no good. Rebound Neves. First minute gone, third quarter, 28-23. Here's Highboard driving, probing, pull-up shot, 15 feet, got it, rises over top of the defender and knocks it down. 9 for Highboard, and most of those on really tough pull-ups.
Yeah, another one right there. Stop on a dime, able to elevate and knock that one down. It had been a sloppy first couple minutes, but Highboard stays hot.
Vanderwall left corner, launches a triple over top of Heckman and splashes it down.
Yeah, Vanderwall hit a 3 in the first half, knocks down another one there.
Sater's able to steal the inbound, feed it on the right side to Nieuwenhuis. Nieuwenhuis launches along too, got it, 28-27 ball game. DeYoung with the full court pressure on. He is sent down to the floor and fouled as he got twisted up with Berghuis. Bulldogs having some issues right now with the full court pressure coming out from Unity Christian. They got a steal quickly there on that last inbound and nearly forced another turnover here.
Yeah, it's something that the Bulldogs are going to have to continue to answer is with this lineup that they have and the amount of size is really only one natural ball handler out there. Highboard can as well, but hasn't been a primary ball handler, and so a lot of pressure on DeYoung right now to handle that.
I mean, official timeout, they're getting something checked out at the scoring book right now. Coach Young alerted alerted something to the table. They're getting something figured out right here. All right, back underway. Neves in the backcourt through the pressure. Inbounds onto DeYoung over the timeline. Left corner to Heckman. Up fake. Feeds it to DeYoung. He wasn't ready for it. Bounces off his chest. Stolen away by Vancouvering. Unity Christian run the offense with Berghuis. Berghuis, two-hand feed, left block onto Kaminga. Turns at the free throw line. Kicks it left corner. Extra skip pass onto Vancouvering, short left corner. He'll race out behind the arc. Pick up the dribble. Feeds it with two hands. Left wing onto Berghuis. Berghuis defended by DeYoung. Tight man-to-man pressure. Two-hand feed, left corner for Vancouvering. Drives the baseline, cut off left block by Regneris. Skip pass into the lane, picked and stolen by Heckman. Heckman weaving through the defense, feeds on to DeYoung. DeYoung, Euro step, drive to the basket, followed from behind. Offensive foul is called. He was hit from behind by Vancouvering, but Nieuwenhuis draws the offensive foul, the call will be, and the Satyrs take it over.
Yeah, when DeYoung caught the basketball, the entire right side of the lane was wide open. He was going to have an open lane to drive through, but Nieuwenhuis able to cover some ground there, get the feet set just in time.
Drive from Berghuis trying to split a pair of defenders, and the foul is called as he got bumped into the legs of DeYoung. Will be the foul call as he and Neves that both initiated some of the contact. Second foul of the quarter on the Bulldogs, and the first foul or second foul also on Jackson DeYoung. 30-28 Grandville, 5:41 of the third quarter. Baseline right inbound coming up here for the Crusaders. Skipped into Vancouvering, spins in the lane, hook shot over top of Regneris is good. 4 for Max Vancouvering, and Unity Christian brings the full court pressure on here. Highboard trapped up backcourt, tries to throw into DeYoung, poked and stolen away by Kaminga. Feeds up top for Berghuis, swings left wing to Kaminga, launches a three, too strong, rebound DeYoung. Grandville to run in transition with Jackson DeYoung. The length of the floor gets tripped up, sent down, ball on the floor, tie up over it. Alternating possession, again goes Unity Christian's way.
We'll see if the Bulldogs, it doesn't look like they're going to choose to take a timeout here, but it looked like Coach Young maybe wanted to talk some things over and drop their press break because the Crusaders right now forcing a bunch of turnovers. Bulldogs have had very few clean possessions here in the second half.
This exact thing happened last year for Grandville, and they played Calvin Christian in this game. They led at the half here at the Invite, and Calvin Christian brought out some full court pressure that really changed the basketball game. Nieuwenhuis drives the left side of the lane, tough floater, too strong. Rebound on to Neves. Grandville to run to the basketball. 3 minutes gone, third quarter, tied at 30. Neves across the floor, right corner, Highboard. Quick catch and shoot three over top of Vancouvering. Too short, leaping rebound. Snagged with two hands from Kaminga. Underhand feed onto a sprinting Nieuwenhuis over the timeline. Tries to drop that one for sure. Gets batted around and stolen by Sorokin and the Bulldogs. Sorokin, hands off, no look, left corner. Neves drives baseline, right hand fading, hanging shot off the back rim, no good. Rebound pushed down to Nieuwenhuis. Over the timeline to Sherd. Sherd, right block, all alone. Eppinga, mid-range jumper, good. Unity Christian goes on top.
Yeah, but a perfect start to the second half and the third quarter for the Crusaders. Forcing turnovers, their offense has responded.
Sorokin beats the pressure over the timeline to Heckman. Heckman with a right-hand dribble, top of the key. Spins back left, feeds left corner to Highboard. Leaping pass, down low, Regneris, up fake, jumps with two, and jams with two. Regneris ties the game at 32.
And there the Bulldogs able to get the ball movement that they needed to free up Regneris for the jam.
Sherd, top of the key, around a screen, poked by Sorokin, regathered by Brogan Sherd, left wing. Feeds with two hands all the way across the floor. Right wing Camingo launches a college triple, hits it. Unity Christian back on top by 3. Jack Camingo with 6 as he launches a 25-foot 3. Grandville beats the pressure. Court long on to Regnerus. Gave a shoulder to Vancouvering. Leaps and jams with two hands. Third dunk of the game for Regnerus. 35-34 Unity Christian.
Yeah, the team's exchanging shots here. Crusaders knocking down some shots from the outside. Regnerus with a couple dunks.
Here's Caminga around a screen right wing, driving the baseline, stops right block, feeds right wing onto Vancouvering, left-hand dribble, stops free throw line, cut off by Neves, feeds right wing on to Caminga, launches a 3 against the defense, splash, another one is good. Inbound pass, stolen by Caminga, shirt on the floor, fighting over it, tipped out of bounds into the Unity student section. It'll go Grandville's way. Vanderhart will check in along with Bergheist for their respective teams, 38-34 Unity Christian, as they have absolutely brought chaos to Grandville's attack right now with this full court press.
Yeah, they've got themselves a lot of extra possessions and some really open looks as well off those turnovers.
Sorokin inbounds near side, going left to right to Hybor, back onto Sorokin, man-to-man pressure on him, being applied by Bergheist. Jump pass over the timeline, Hybor, lobs Regnerus, drives, jams thunderously with two hands again, Cam Regnerus, he's got 10.
The Bulldogs really uniquely alternating opportunities of having some real difficulties breaking the pressure and then getting it wide open and able to break it for Regnerus to jam it home.
Drive in the lane, floater, Bergheist, too strong, rebound Regnerus, 38-36, Unity Christian with 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Regnerus onto Sorokin, poked and nearly stolen. Sorokin settles it down, feeds up top for the leaping Vanderhart. The sophomore drives, floater, rattles home, we're tied at 38.
The sophomore showing a scoring touch, knocking down a 3 earlier in the game there. Nice touch on that floater, gets the friendly bounce.
Bergheist drives, feeds left short corner onto Vancouvering. Mid-range jumper, no good. Leaping rebound, Eppinga. Turns in the lane, feeds around right wing onto Caminga. Jabs, drives, hands off, Sherd right wing. Driving, grabbed and fouled. 2:08 in the third, 38-38. Foul on Hybor, his first. Aerosmith, Neuenhuis in for Unity Christian. Neves takes a seat for Grandville as it will be Postma coming in his place. This game's not calming down. That's the one thing for sure. You always wonder when we get in the second half, will it start to grind? Will it start to look different? No. Coach Sodsman, Unity Christian's on one side. Things are going to get more chaotic, and it always seems to go the Satyrs' way in that situation. Right baseline drive, Eppinga bumped into and fouled. That is on Postma, his second. That's the fourth of the quarter on the Bulldogs, so Unity Christian will be into the bonus with the next foul. 2:05 in the third, 38-38. Baseline right inbound here for Bergheist. Lobbing right block to Aerosmith. Spins with it, feeds up top. Catch and shoot 3, Sherd. Splash! Hits it right in the face of Boston Postma. 5 for Sherd.
Yeah, the three-point shot really falling in the third quarter now for the Crusaders. They've hit 4 of them now.
Grandville beats the pressure. Postma lobbing for Regnerus, looking to go for the alley-oop. It misses him, but the rebound is tracked down left corner on to Postma. He will feed Regnerus. Regnerus jumps through 2 defenders and lays it in with 2 hands. 41-40 Unity Christian, 96 and less to go in the third quarter. Right side drive, floater off the mark for Sherd. Rebound to Hybor, pushed on to Regnerus, running from behind the defense. Aerosmith was able to jump him from behind, poke it out of bounds along the baseline. 1:24 in the third, 41-40. Grandville's press break is just throwing it behind the defense to a leaping Regnerus who's got 4 or 5 dunks in the second half.
Yeah, Coach Young there just yelling go, go, go as fast as they can. Regnerus is running down the floor, and they're just trying to get the basketball to him so he can have an open lane to run through.
This is not Grandville's typical style in this game, but they're trying to stay in it, a 41-40 game. Regnerus left block, feeds Hybor left wing, drives around a screen, stops, kicks it up top for Regnerus again, swings right wing to Sorokin. Sorokin peering, starts a left-hand dribble, drops it top of the key, on to Hybor. Left block, Regnerus gave a shimmy, gave a fake, right-hand hook, good. Grandville back on top. Cam Regnerus taking over. He's got 14, 42, 41 Bulldogs. Vanderwall, left wing with space, launches a 3, rolls out, rebound on the floor, ripped out of there by Postma. He'll run, lobs on to Regnerus. Regnerus spins on Vanderwall, stops, they'll call a charge. It'll go back Unity Christian's way.
Yeah, Crusaders been able to pick up a couple charges. That one looked like Vanderwall maybe still getting set, but going to get the benefit as he hits the deck, and Regnerus going to pick up the offensive foul call.
Connolly will come in here for Regnerus. 42-41, and Regnerus gets a well-earned rest to end this third quarter. 47 seconds, Grandville by 1 late in the third. What a way to start the invite. Right corner, Micah Aerosmith drives around a couple of defenders, stops free throw line, skips onto a cutting shirt, left hand layup, too strong. Fight for the rebound, a lot of contact, settled down by Unity Christian. Kick pass up top, Kaminga, triple try, too strong. Rebound Postma, he'll run with 28 seconds. Weaving through the defense, Postma gets left to right over the timeline. Postma, nice feed through a couple of defenders, onto Sorokin, lost the ball. Unity steals, they got a 4-on-1 break. Kaminga, no-look feed, driving to the basket. Right-hand shot through some late pressure, no good for Sherd. Rebound secured by Aerosmith, back onto Sherd. Right-hand shot with 9 seconds off the window and good. Unity goes back up a point, 43-42. 5 seconds, third quarter. Postma, slowly over the timeline, didn't know the clock situation, and the clock will evaporate. Coach Young not happy through the noise. Postma did not know what the clock situation was. That'll do it for 3, 43-42. We've got a heck of a ball game coming to its conclusion right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors
All right, welcome
again.
back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here at Van Noord Arena. 43-42 after the first 3 quarters of play. A chaotic third quarter, and it's only a 1-point game. This one's truly going either way. I mean, Grandville able to find a bit of a way to beat some of the Unity Christian pressure, but man, the Staters really turned this game over to what they are able to do in the full court.
Yeah, they really turned it around that third quarter, scoring 20 points offensively, forcing the Bulldogs into a bunch of turnovers. They did give up some dunks to Regneris on the back end. That's kind of the risk that they're playing, and that they're going to get enough turnovers to make the dunks not hurt as much, but able to definitely steal some momentum there in that third quarter and grab the lead.
All right, Unity Christian, traveling Navies, will start on defense. Grandville in the home whites gets the basketball. They go left to right to begin. Thrown into the backcourt here to Sorokin. Defense on him from Colin Neuenhuis. Over the timeline, Sorokin behind the back dribble. Backing it out, goes behind the back one more time. Spins, stops with the ball, hands off for a curling Hybor. Along the baseline, Hybor, pull up Jay, rolls out, rebound spiked and saved by Connolly, inbounds, but into the hands of Aerosmith. Unity takes it right to left, Neuenhuis to run to the basketball. Neuenhuis, left corner, Vancouvering, drives, pull up shot, 15 feet, too short, rebound, into the hands of Vanderhart. Grandville's got it. A little bit less frantic start to the third or fourth quarter to wrap things up. 7:24 and less to go in the ball game. Left wing for Hybor. Hybor across the floor, stops free throw line, hands off for Neves, poked by Vancouvering but settled down by Neves. He'll drive the left side of the lane, jump pass to the corner, and a foul is going to be called on Unity Christian and Aerosmith as he was trying to draw the offensive foul. It'll be Bergheis checking in here for Aerosmith as he picks up his second foul there. Actually, sorry, that foul was actually called on Kaminga. Left corner inbound to Hybor. Hybor stops the wing, feeds left block. Connolly gave a shoulder, feeds right wing to Neves. Neves drives, ducks a defender, launches along 2, missed it all strong. Rebound is out of bounds off of Grandville. It'll go back the other way. I think Hybor thought it was tipped, and that's why he didn't make an effort to go for the basketball, but Unity Christian will take over as Regneris comes in and Connolly takes a seat.
Yeah, Hybor took a couple steps like he was going to grab that one. Not sure he would have been able to get there either way, but definitely looked like he expected the Bulldogs to be getting the basketball.
Unity Christian by 1. Under 7 minutes to go. Left wing, Neuenhuis. Defended left block by Hybor. Skip pass, right corner, catch and shoot 3. Kaminga missed it all strong. Rebound straight into the hands of Vancouvering. He'll feed left wing to Bergheis. He tries a 3 too strong. Leaping rebound down to Hybor. 6:42 in the fourth. 43-42 Unity Christian. Hybor, right wing Sorokin through a whole bunch of defensive pressure from Bergheist. Rips it away, skipped along, down left block onto Regnerus. Driving through a couple of defenders, went for the powerful jam, followed by Vanderwall. He goes to the line. Regnerus is drawing 2 every time he touches the basketball right now.
Yeah, Kamminga and Vanderwall both there trying to double team him before he could get to that post move, but able to split him, go up strong.
3 fouls now on Kamminga. 43-42, Regnerus 12 in the home white uniform at the line. Dribbles once, bends the knees, flicks it in front of the face, free throw motion, too short. Been one of his struggles to start the year. Sorokin takes a seat, DeYoung comes in, is at the charity stripe for Cam Regnerus. He can tie it if he makes the second though. Bends the knees, right hand free throw, good, hit it, splashed it down. Regnerus now with 15 points, and Grandville has knotted it at 43, 6.5 to go. Free throw line, spinning drive from Bergheist, kicks right wing to Nieuwenhuis across the floor, back onto Bergheist, lost the handle left block, through his hands into the student section. Grandville takes it, full court pressure will be set up here left to right by Unity Christian. DeYoung to throw in. DeYoung pounds the rock. Got it far side to Hybor. Back to DeYoung underneath the basket. He'll run up the middle of the floor. DeYoung tries to skip it on to Neves. It bounced away from Neves. He settles it down over the timeline. Grandville starts the offense up top with Regnerus. Regnerus, handoff, skip feed for Hybor. Tries to go back to Regnerus. Jumped and stolen by Vanderwall. Given over the timeline to Nieuwenhuis. Skips it to a driving Kamminga. Right hand shot off the window. Good. Kamminga with 11 and UC up 45-43.
A great cut to the basket on the left side by Kamminga, following up Nieuwenhuis.
Ball tipped. Grandville trying to beat the pressure. Unity Christian steals it away. Kamminga all alone runs to the basket and scores. Ball was batted around in any direction. It's 47-43 UC with 5:40 to go. DeYoung lobbing Regnerus. Races over the timeline. Has it left wing. Regnerus spins, stops left block. Long floater, foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
The Bulldogs continue to rely very heavily on Regnerus to try to break the pressure. Trying to dump it off to him. That time he had to handle the basketball up the floor a ways. Had to use some patience and a slow developing move there, eventually drawing the defender in.
6'8" senior Regnerus buries the first. He has 16. Some changes for either side right here. Regnerus, one more, offsets the right foot just in front of left. Free throw up, free throw good. Now 3 of 4 at the line of the ball game for Cam Regnerus. Grandville back within 2, 47-45. 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Bergheist in the right wing around a screen. Drives down the left side of the lane. Reaching shot blocked away by Regnerus. Vanderhart the rebound. Feeds on for Sorokin. Over the timeline to Neves. Drives to the basket. Right hand shot. Good. Grandville's tied the game. UC pushes it right wing. Aerosmith feeds a cutting Vancouverin. Right hand shot through the defensive Neves. No good. Rebound Hybor. 5 minutes to go. 47-47. Vanderhart left wing. Lobbing left block Regnerus. Turns the back. Bouncing into Vancouverin. Gave a shoulder. Right hand shot. Good. And a foul. (49-47). Cam Regnerus taking over the ball game.
Yeah, he's been dominant in the second half. 10 points in the third quarter, continuing that here into the fourth. Another strong move there. He's one of the taller players on the floor. The Crusaders struggling to have that one-on-one matchup. They've had to send the double team quite a bit. Through some of the pressure, it's been difficult for them to try to get into that.
Now 4 team fouls on Unity Christian. One more to try to finish the three-point play. It's good for Cam Regnerus. He's got 20. Grandville has a 3-point lead, 4:50. Bergheist walks around a Vanderwall screen. Sorokin got a hand on the basketball. Bergheist sells it down. Right corner, catch and shoot 3. No good for the lefty Aerosmith. Ball on the floor, kicked around, settled down by Hackman with Vanderwall under his feet. Vanderwall steals it away. The official comes running in, and a timeout was given to Coach Sodsma. 4:36 to go, fourth quarter. 50-47. It'll be a quick 30-second timeout. We'll stay with you through the 30-second timeout. I mean, this game, if Coach Young wanted a test for Grandville in terms of how can my very big team, 4 guys at 6'5" and above, not an experienced guard coming back in my lineup trying to figure things out. If you wanted a test of chaos, Coach Sodsma and this defense have brought the ultimate test of chaos so far, and both these teams are executing really well.
Yeah, they really are. I think you're seeing these swings back and forth, both teams kind of stealing some momentum as we go through the second half, and Coach Stutzma doing everything he can, as he always does, to push and pull things and know exactly what he's trying to get to and force the other team. The Bulldogs have kind of alternated, having some success against it, finding some openings for Regnerus to have some easy looks, but also turning the basketball over enough that the Crusaders have had some turnovers, have scored some points off turnovers as well.
All right, 4:36 to go, a game where we've got shot clocks this afternoon, but I don't know if we've had one shot clock violation for the most part. It hasn't mattered because these teams are firing shots in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock anyway. 4:36 to go. Baseline left inbound coming up for Kyler Bergheis. Unity Christian traveling Navy uniforms going on the offense here. Skip pass down low, reverse layup Kaminga, hacked and fouled. He'll go to the line.
And that's one thing that we'll see as we go down the stretch here for the most part. All night long, they've been allowed both these teams to play quite a bit. There's been a lot of contact. We'll see if things get tightened up a little bit as we go down here into the final 4.5 minutes.
First free throw good for Kaminga. He's had a terrific game, 14 points for the sophomore wing. First foul of the half, or the quarter, on Grandville. Able to hit them both, Kaminga. Unity Christian brings the full court pressure. Sorokin inbounds to Heckman. Heckman defended by Vanderwall in the backcourt. Spins away from Vanderwall, throws it over the timeline to Sorokin. Sorokin drives, jump pass right corner Vanderhart. In the air, flips it right wing to Hybor. Hybor curls across the floor left wing, drops it for Vanderhart. Back to Hybor, up top with space. Launches a deep three, no good. Front rim, leaping rebound down to Bergheis. 4:15 and less in the fourth. Bergheis, right corner Neuenhuis. Back up top for Bergheis. Bergheis around a Vanderwall screen. Stops right elbow. Skips it on, right block to Sherd. Sherd up top, Kaminga. Ducks a defender. Drives, skip pass, poked out of bounds by Sorokin. Good late hand by the Bulldog Jr. there to force that one into the student section. 4:01 in the fourth, and 19 seconds on the shot clock here for Unity Christian. They trail by 1, 50-49.
And nice use of the shot fake by Sherd to get the defender to fly by, but the Bulldogs able to recover and poke it free.
Nice inbound, slicing through the defense. Sherd got all alone, and he scores off the window. 51-50. Inbound, poked back into the student section by Unity Christian and Bergheis. It will stay with Grandville. Grandville, some real issues on this havoc inbound play right here. Inbounded on to Hybor. Hybor to Sorokin. 51-50 Unity Christian, just under 4 minutes to go. Jump pass over the timeline to Hybor. Across the floor, Hackman left corner. Entry pass, left block. Regnerus grabbed and fouled. 15 foul, 2 at the line coming up here for Cam Regnerus. Foul is the 4th on Jack Kaminga. That's a big foul.
And Regnerus gonna get himself back to the free throw line here. Hit a couple just a few minutes ago, and gonna have a few more opportunities, and likely will down the stretch.
Rolls out the first one, no good. Vancouvering, Nevs in for the respective teams. Heckman, Kaminga take a seat for the respective teams. One more at the line for Regnerus, 12 in the home white uniform. Jersey untucked in the back, shoes in gray. Bends the knees. Right hand free throw to tie the game. Too short, missed them both. Rebound down to Vancouvering off to a couple of tips. It'll go on with Bergheis, quickly over the timeline. Unity Christian by 1. Bergheis around a Vanderwall screen. Feeds with 2 hands, left block to Vancouvering. Drives, stops, reverse layup, blocked by Regnerus. Rebound, Unity Christian. Floater in the lane, Sherd, no. Rebound tipped up top, taken by Hybor and the Bulldogs. 3:20 to go, 51-50 Unity Christian. Nevs drives the baseline, handoff, Regnerus, skies, looks to dunk, fouled, he'll go to the line. Foul beyond Vanderwall. That will be the 3rd on Hugo.
Yeah, the move from Nevs, able to get along the baseline, draws the defender over, and then able to dump it off to Regnerus. Pulls his man over, understands that Regnerus then going to be open, finds him.
All right, kind of the same situation right here for Regnerus. Has 2 at the line in a 51-50 ball game. Appinga set to check in for Coach Sodsma. First free throw, good for Cam Regnerus. Grandville has tied the game. Vanderwall takes a seat off the 3rd foul. Just one more here for Regnerus, 51-51, 3:17 to go in the ball game. What a thriller to start our day. Regnerus bends the knees, right hand free throw, spins it home. Grandville takes the lead back, 52-51. Right to left over the timeline, here comes Bergheis. UC with the basketball, Bergheis driving into the lane, flips the hands free, right hand shot off the window, through the contact, good, and a foul. What a move by Bergheis to flip the hands free. He's got one more at the line, UC back on top, 53-52.
Now really difficult move from Bergheist there through the lane, having to dodge some defenders and put a nasty spin on that one to get it to drop in.
Free throw good. Satyrs go up 2. Bergheist into double digits. He's got 10. Here comes the full court pressure. Neves to throw in. Lobbing the half court. Jumping grab Regnerus. Vanderhart is all alone beneath the basket. Right hand layup is good. It kind of hung on the rim. Almost looked like it maybe wasn't going to fall, but we're tied at 54. 3 minutes to go. Nieuwenhuis up top, defended by Hybor. Arms stretched wide from the 6'6 junior. Underhand feed, right corner to Bergheist. Bergheist defended by Sorokin. Right block, Vancouvering. Back with a skip pass, right wing to Bergheist. Bergheist around an Eppinga screen. Left wing to Schurd. Jabs, drives, cut off free throw line. Timeout, Coach Sodsma. 2:36 to go. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 54-54. What a ball game. We'll be right back.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
All right, welcome back. Game night, Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. 2:36 to go, 54-54. Cannot stress to you how good of a ball game, how intense and hectic of a ball game this one has been. Unity Christian out of the break, going right to left. They'll have a far side inbound in the front court. Vancouvering the 6'1 junior to throw it in. Lobs 2 hands up top for Bergheist. Bergheist around a Vancouvering screen, starting with the basketball at the right elbow. Underhand feed on a Schurd. Schurd drives at the end of the shot clock, pulls up from 19 feet. Low driving shot, no good, rattled out. And the rebound down to Regnerus and the Bulldogs. Over the timeline, Sorokin going to try to slow it down a little bit. 54-54, 2:18 to go. Sorokin, right corner for a Hybor. Down to the right block, Regnerus spins against a double team. Regnerus working, power dribble, leaning shot, too strong, foul to the line for 2. Cam Regnerus drawing the contact and going back to the line.
Yeah, Regnerus just playing really well in the second half, and they're, again, showing some patience, not immediately going into his move, assessing the situation, seeing where the defenders are, goes to that power dribble, gonna earn himself another couple opportunities at the free throw line.
Right hand free throw, good, splashed it down. 23 for Cam Regnerus now, and Grandville back on top. Eppinga takes a seat. Kaminga, with his 4 fouls, comes back out with 2:09 to go. So Coach Sodsma going to bring the sophomore out with 4 fouls and 2 minutes left, but he's been their top scorer. They need him out there. Regnerus flicks it towards the basket, rolls it home. Regnerus gets them both again. He's got 24. Grandville goes up 2, 56-54 with 2 minutes to go. Hectic second half continuing. Bergheist, loosely watched left wing defensively by Sorokin in the man-to-man defense. Sorokin reaches. Bergheist gathers the basketball, feeds left corner to Nieuwenhuis. On a Schurd left elbow. Up top on to Kaminga. Around a screen. Drives the baseline. Right-hand shot blocked by Regnerus off the backboard. He'll secure the rebound as well. 1:48 to go. Defense pulls off. Grandville will slow it down. Vanderhart up top, handoff Sorokin. Sorokin, right corner for Neves. Drives the right baseline, cut off with some contact, right block, feeds up left wing onto Vanderhart with a high pass. Vanderhart drives, reaching shot, whipping the hands free, no. Rebound secured by Neves. Up top with 33 as the shot clock resets to Hybor. And now Coach Young wants a timeout. He'll get a timeout. 1:23 to go, fourth quarter, 56-54. Grandville, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. I know you're not going anywhere. We'll see you in a second.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan hearing experts.
Welcome back to Calvin. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. We were just kind of talking off air. We're making a point about Grandville trying to close this basketball game out, Chandler. With a minute 23 to go, the one thing about when you play Coach Sodes, when you play Unity Christian, with the hectic nature of their defense, you can't run those traditional end-of-half, slow grinding possessions that you'd expect to see. And that's what makes closing out a game against this team so tough. And it's why, with a minute 23 to go, this one's nowhere near over.
No, it's not. I think the Bulldogs, they're able to get an offensive rebound that gives them another shot, and the shot clock going to reset here. So they've got 30 seconds on it to try to eat up as much clock as they can, and we'll see, the coach in a one-possession game are trying to score here. Crusaders going to do everything they can.
All right, Nevs near side will inbound into the backcourt left to right. Sorokin will take it over the timeline. Defended here by Bergheis. Sorokin turns to the basketball up top. Skips it for Nevs right wing. 20 on the shot clock. Here comes the double. Ripped straight away by Sherd. Unity Christian to run. Handoff, right wing Kaminga. Drives the baseline, whips the hands free. Shot hits the bottom of the rim. Rebound Regneris with 1 minute to go. Regneris for Hybor in the backcourt. And Hybor forces Coach Young to call a timeout. He's talking to the official as well at the end of the play, trying to get something figured out. They'll go with a 30-second timeout. We'll stay with you through the timeout. 56-54 Grandville. And the Bulldogs here with a chance to set things up. Grandville 2 timeouts remaining, 3 remaining for Unity Christian here. Big moment, though. I mean, we've now seen Unity. They're bringing the double. They're bringing the chaos. Now your ability to be crisp with passes down the stretch. You aren't going to be able to run a grinding possession and set up ball screens at the end of this game.
No, not at all. I think it's going to be a condensed version of what the full court pressure has been for most of the game in the second half from the Crusaders. Is not going to make anything easy. Passing the basketball in the half court, going to send the double team when they've got the right spacing and try to time it out to force a turnover, able to steal the basketball away there. Coach Young, I think upset with the officials is the word he was getting in there. He wanted a foul on the double team off of Nevs. No call, though, and for the most part, they've let a lot of contact go throughout the course of the game, so we'll see down here under a minute to go.
He's still chatting with the official. Now Vanderhart continues that chat, and it'll be Vanderhart to inbound here on the near side. Got it into Hybor, and the right wing back onto Vanderhart up top. Vanderhart, handoff, Hybor. Hybor trapped and fouled from behind on the reach. It's Sherd. Coach Sodsma, maybe clearly in your mic here, how was that a foul? I mean, there's a point with some of the contact that we've had, a little bit lighter contact right there, and it will send Grandville to the line for 2 with Hybor here.
Yeah, I think the Crusaders definitely, that was not intentional. They were not trying to foul there. There really was not much contact at all.
I think that might have been the miscommunication, the way he came up to him. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think you're totally right. I think the official anticipating the intentional foul, and it just wasn't there.
All right, Hybor got the first. He's got 10, 57-54. Grandville can get up to a 2-possession game right here at the line. 48 seconds on the clock. Right-hand free throw. Splash. 11 for Hybor. And Grandville by 2 scores. 58-54. UC working with some pace. Bergheis with 43 seconds to the free throw line. Left-hand dribble. Underhand, two-hand handoff for Neuenhuis. Drives. Wild right-hand shot. Deflected into the third row emphatically by Cam Regneris. It'll stay with Unity Christian.
Regneris continues just to do a little bit of everything. Offensive explosion here in the second half. Now a handful of blocks and multiple blocks to go along with it.
Deflected wasn't the word. Rejected was the word on that one. Right corner into Sherd. Sherd dribbles around. Vanderhart launches a long 3. No good. Rebound down to Sorokin with 31 seconds. Stopped in the backcourt. Feeds on to Vanderhart. Throws over the timeline to Nevs in the right corner. Nevs up top, Sorokin. And now Sorokin is fouled by Bergheis. He'll go to the line for 2. 22.7. Grandville in prime position to pick up a huge early season victory and go to 2-0.
Yeah, it hasn't been pretty breaking that pressure at all times throughout the game, but they're in crunch time finding a way to do so. Now going to send Sorokin to the free throw line, and if they're able to hit their free throws, they're sitting pretty good. The Crusaders still going to have enough time with as fast as they've been going and get some shots and get some looks up.
Nothing about this game has been pretty. It's been a fun game. It's been well executed, but kind of by design, it's not been a pretty game. Free throw is good for Sorokin. Coach Young trusting the junior to knock him down at the line and play a big part of this offense. Right now it's the junior Sorokin, the sophomore Vanderhart in the backcourt. Second free throw rattles out, no good. 59-54 with 20 seconds. Unity Christian running the length of the floor with Bergheis. Ducking a defender, right-hand shot at the block, rolls out, rebound, tips on to Bergheis, onto the floor. Bodies crash everywhere. Held ball, alternating possession stays with Unity Christian.
Crusaders going to hold on to the basketball, but some crucial time coming off the clock there, even in the loose ball situation. A couple extra seconds. Unity going to need every single one of those.
Crusaders to throw in with 10.4. Inbound Neuenhuis, floater, rolls out, did a 360, will not go. Vancouvering the rebound, turning hook shot is good. Vancouvering with 6. Coach Sodsma will call a timeout. 4.8, 59-56. And just enough time left on the clock, Chandler, where the stretch, and we know exactly what the game plan is going to be. Unity Christian has mastered the run and jump on the inbound in this game. You certainly expect to see that right here. It's kind of setting up. We know almost exactly what to see in this kind of final moment with 6 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it's really just going to be up the intensity, maybe even more from what we've seen most of the game, and really trying to jump that inbound pass as quick as you can and keep it on that side of the floor to where the Bulldogs aren't throwing the basketball across the court and eating up more time, and then you got to go all the way back down the length. And so we'll see how quickly they can try to force the turnover and get a foul in.
And you'd expect, of course, Unity to be physical. I mean, with 6 seconds left, you give up the foul of the game, depending on what happens at the line, likely kind of over anyway. So essentially make the contact, see if the officials just won't call it. I think that's probably a big part of what they're going to do on this inbound. All right, 6 seconds even. They've put about a second and a half back on the clock. 6 seconds even to go. 59-56 Grandville. Can the Bulldogs go to 2-0 on the year and hang on and take down Unity Christian? Crusaders have really executed the perfect game plan in this contest with the kind of chaos they've created. Team that is, kind of shorthanded. You think of TJ Fisher suffering the injury. They're without Chapman for the entirety of the season. It'll be Sorokin to throw in. Got it to Hybor, and he's fouled by Neuenhuis. Good work on the inbound play right there to get Hybor all alone for that inbound as he curled away, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, definitely the play that the Bulldogs had drawn up out of the timeout there. They wanted the ball in the hands of Hybor, able to set the screen, get him free. That's the guy they want at the free throw line.
All right, Hybor to work at the line. Vanderhart, the lone Bulldog, flanked by 4 Crusaders. Around the key, free throw, too short, no good, stays a 3-point game. Hybor has to hit this one to make it a 2-score game. Free throw, rattles out, no good, rebound Vancouvering, and right away Coach Sodsma calls a timeout. Huge missed opportunity at the line for Hybor, 3.6 on the clock. Unity Christian timeout away from a chance to tie the game.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have had a couple chances to distance themselves and try to officially ice this one, but the Crusaders, as they have stayed in it, kept themselves in it enough to give themselves a chance here. Going to have a couple seconds to get the ball up the floor and try to hit a game-tying 3.
So 3 ball away here, and it's, I think you look at Unity Christian, what do they have offensively, where they want to go? Jack Kaminga has been able to keep himself out there, hasn't picked up that 4th foul. Certainly, he's been their leader offensively in this game. 15 points to the sophomore, and especially dead-eye approach from 3. You would think the first option would be to draw something up for Kaminga, but when you have like the senior Neuenhuis who hit 7 3-pointers a couple of games ago against Covenant Christian, we know what he brings to the table as well.
Yeah, they've got a couple different options, and Neuenhuis has had a quieter game here today from that explosion he had, the 32 points. Has 4 so far tonight, but definitely a guy that if Kaminga is the first choice, Neuenhuis could be another option that the Bulldogs maybe not going to have a close an eye on. Possibly get an open look there.
All right, 59-56. Grandville over Unity Christian. Crusaders will have the inbound. They will have to go the length of the floor right to left. Grandville will have Cam Regneris in the backcourt to defend the inbound right here. Vanderwall, Schurd, Neuenhuis, Kaminga, Bergheis, the offense for Unity Christian. It will be Kaminga to inbound from along the baseline. 3.6 on the clock, 59-56. Kaminga to throw in over top of the lanky 6'8" Bulldog senior. Throws it up, got away from Neuenhuis, taken clean by Neves. Zeros go across the scoreboard, and Grandville has won. The Bulldogs hang on. They go to 2-0 on the year. A hard-fought and intense start to this day here at Calvin and Van Noord Arena. 59-56 the final CT. Holy cow, what a start to this, and welcome into the Centennial Securities post-game show.
Yeah, great game start to finish. Pretty hectic the whole way. Both teams having some big moments, some runs either way. Crusaders able to kind of control the tempo. The Bulldogs at times feeling like they were just trying to hang on, but able to hold the lead down the stretch and come away with a win.
Big start for the Bulldogs in this one. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get you some stats. We'll hand out some awards from this game. We'll take another quick break, and then we do have our 2023 football recap for Michigan game night. We've got some season-long awards to hand out from that as well. 59-56 Grandville, 2-0 on the year. Unity Christian falls to 3-2 in a really hard-fought, fun one to start the day here at Van Noord. We'll be right back.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
And welcome back here. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. It's game night on Michigan Sports Radio. 59-56 Grandville over Unity Christian, an absolute thriller in the first game of the day, CT. Let's do some stats and let's do some awards to wrap up our coverage and wrap up our Centennial Securities post-game show.
All right, for Unity Christian, scorers Neuenhuis 4 points, Assured with 9, Burgeist 10, Kamiga 15, Aerosmith 2, Vanderwall 6, Eppinga 4, and Vancouvering with 6 for the Bulldogs. Leading all scorers, Regnieris 24 points, and it was Sorokin with 3, DeYoung 4, Neves with 6, Heckman with 4, Hybor with 11, and Vanderhart with 7.
All right, let's hand out some awards. Let's start with our Farmers Insurance Play of the Game. There's a lot of them to go to. We're going to go with a collection of them, though. 4 or 5 times today. Some thunderous dunks from Cam Regnieris. A lot of them were breaking the pressure down the length of the floor as well, and were kind of the big energy shifters in that third quarter for Grandville to survive the waves of terrific trapping that UC was bringing at them.
Yeah, at times when the Crusaders able to take the lead, they were getting a bunch of turnovers off from that pressure, and the Bulldogs realizing their best chance to break it was just throwing it over the top to Regnieris, letting him catch the basketball in the lane, either behind the defense or one-on-one, and then letting him take it to the rim.
Centennial Securities winning game plan of the game. They may not have won, but Coach Sodsma, the way that he and his staff drew up the run and jump defense and the way they pressured Grandville, they completely controlled this game. It was game 1 on the margins, but it was Unity Christian that they dictated what they want to do, as they often do. Grandville was able to survive the waves of what UC brought at them, but UC definitely kind of had their game plan executed perfectly to create enough chaos to stay in this thing right down to the end.
Yeah, they did exactly what they had to keep the game close in a game where they were smaller, they were undersized a little bit, and for the most part the Bulldogs had the length and the star players out there, but the Crusaders able to, as they often do, find what they needed to. The game plan, Coach Sodsma, well prepared as always to have them ready and keep themselves in even though they didn't get the win.
Rainbow Grill in Grandville is open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Monday through Saturday. You can get half a sandwich and a side for $9.09 from 11 to 2 daily, and it's Wet Burrito Wednesdays also from 11 to 2 on Wednesdays. And the Rainbow Grill presents our player of the game, Cam Regnieris. Obviously, 24 points. What an impact he made today.
Yeah, it was huge. I think he's really gotten accustomed to stuffing the stat sheet, but especially in the second half, he scored 20 of his 24 points. Just a lot of blocks too, some really big ones down the stretch, eliminating some of the lay-ins that the Crusaders were trying to get to, and so just really a complete game from Regnieris.
All right, Grand Rapids Christian, Hudsonville on the court. Grandville, the winner of the first one of the day here from Van Noord Arena. We're going to step aside when we come back. We're going to have to kind of run through it, but we are going to have our kind of official, unofficial MGN football recap for 2023. We've got some awards. We got some things to talk about. So we've been prepping that all week. So make sure you stay with us as we've got a quick segment in between the games to wrap up football season before we look ahead to one of the matchups of the day is GRC and Hudsonville. Take the floor. We'll be right back.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Hey everyone, Nate from Michigan Game Night. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the MGN shop. You can find it through MichiganGameNight.com or the Michigan Game Night page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch button or tab on either page and find your way on over. You can check out a store that has hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, water bottles, and everything in between, from just simple MGN logo designs to playoff featured designs, designs with famous calls and moments from MGN, and much, much more. Make sure you check out the MGN shop through MichiganGameNight.com or MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN.
Can you identify your number 1 personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back here to Van Noord Arena. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. We're kind of mixing things up a little bit. We've, of course, got a lot of basketball going on, but we got to wrap up this football season a little bit. We didn't do anything official to do so. We've got some awards, some things to be able to hand out. Let's start with the bulk of our audience knows the Grandville Bulldogs. They wind up falling to Rockford to close their season in the district championship. But when you look back at this year, a lot of development, such a young team. And our recap for Grandville at this point in time is almost one of looking ahead. And they have so much coming back. They have so much talent. It feels like there's a build for Grandville going ahead. And we saw those big wins against Caledonia and other games. It feels like that this year was really the start of seeing something potentially really special for Grandville, and them being a team that's going to make noise more than ever next year in the OK Red with Jaden Terry and company.
Yeah, I think so. I think a team that won some big games in the non-conference, beat Caledonia as you mentioned, and had some strong moments, even though a couple losses to Rockford in there, which continues to be the one thing that the Bulldogs have just failed to get over. But it's Rockford, a really good team, ended up losing the playoffs as well. But I think the Bulldogs team that continues to build. They've got so many young pieces, the tremendous young talent there that it always hurts to lose the seniors that were on that team, and there were some tremendous playmakers. But I think you start to look forward, and a team that won some really important games this year, I think the future is pretty bright.
Yeah, the road to Ford Field, the road to Detroit as well as Ford Field. I mean, what an insane run it was. We spent a lot of time with Muskegon on their great run, the way they turned their season around, and at Ford Field. South Christian with a near 20-point comeback in the second half, and then Muskegon making a near 20-point comeback in the second half and did win that football game. I mean, Ford Field was nuts. The playoffs were nuts. I mean, it was a very exciting year, I think, on Michigan Game Night, the way that we were able to close the year throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so. I got to cover some really great teams and some really great games, too, at Ford Field especially. Seeing some West Side teams in it. Muskegon able to get the win on our coverage. And, yeah, I think the future of West Michigan football as a whole, we talked about Grandville, but I think the teams in West Michigan have continued to impress as well.
All right, let's do the main part of this. Let's hand out some awards. We already handed out one, had a graphic for it put out this week. It went everywhere, and he earned it. Jaden Terry, 28 touchdowns. I mean, over 2,000 total yards, on the year. Absolutely insane year from the Grandville sophomore. He's our West Michigan Player of the Year. I think you obviously could look to a guy like Jake Vermas, certainly very deserving, but for a sophomore in the T system, what Jaden Terry did this year was truly, truly special.
Yeah, I think so. I think, knowing the Grandville program, we set the bar pretty high for Jaden Terry, and then some of the hype going into the season, and he exceeded it.
If he didn't live up, it was almost exclusively our fault, and he made us look better and
He did.
smarter than
Yes.
what we've been saying.
So thank you to Jaden Terry for that. But no, I mean, a tremendous young player, and still got a couple years left at the high school level. I think he's going to go on to have a tremendous next couple seasons. But for a sophomore, just the numbers that he put up, very impressive.
Our West Michigan Team of the Year, a team that I think each of us had named the Team of the Year in the preseason. They lost a couple games early, but they came back. They, in particular, had one of the most impressive wins at Ford Field with the team that they beat and the way they beat them. Shane Fairfield and Muskegon this year, led by maybe the best triple option trio that team has ever had, which is insane to say. I know how crazy that is, but this Muskegon team, they lost a couple games early. They wound up getting the championship in the end, and that's what kind of puts them over the top. Forest Hill Central also champions, but GRCC. But at the end of the day, this team was really, really special, and to beat De La Salle in the championship game was just the icing on the cake for them.
Yeah, Muskegon's had some tremendous football teams over the years, but another all-time great one for the Big Reds, and able to get the state championship in that rematch, one of the games that they lost early on, able to beat them at Ford Field, get the revenge there, and stick true to what they were all the way till the end.
Coach of the Year, this is a tough one because certainly with the turnaround mid-season, Coach Fairfield deserves it, but Forest Hill Central, Coach Rogers on his way out, retiring, and winning a championship for FHC on his way out. I think it's poetic, and he certainly deserves the Coach of the Year. They didn't really slip up. They had one loss, but really no slip-ups all year long. And that team, they stuck with it. They had lost in the championship game last year. They put their head down. They came back, and they're able to win, and he's able to go out a champion to end his high school coaching career. So certainly Coach Rogers FHC deserves this award, just like Coach Fairfield did, but we'll give the nod to the outgoing champion at Forest Hill Central.
Yeah, I think so. I think the couple guys that you win state championships, of course, you're going to be in the nomination for that award, but I think Coach Rogers, the 2-year run, when you factor that into that, how dominant they've been for the last couple seasons, and then able to finish it off with a state championship and go out a winner.
All right, that is our brief. I get it, and it probably doesn't do it anywhere near the justice that it deserves, but that's our very brief football recap on the year. We're going to step aside. We're going to reset the broadcast. We'll get you through your intros and get you ready to go. We'll do a quick pregame show on the other side of things, and then we'll get basketball. Hudsonville and Grand Rapids Christian, second game on deck. About 8 minutes from now, we got tip-off.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
A wild weekend in Marquette at the Superior Dome, and some fantastic finishes in Battle Creek. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. Trailing by 12 with just over 1 minute remaining in the Division I 8-player football championship game, the odds of Martin pulling off a comeback against Inland Lakes were not very good. But then Gavin Myers threw a touchdown pass to Tegan Harris. Next, Martin recovered an onside kick, and with just 5 seconds to go,
now Branch moves over to the right side as well. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Myers looks, pressure comes. He's going to go up the middle. Keeps it on the right side of the 5. Dives for the end zone, and he's in! Touchdown, Martin, with 5 seconds to go. The Clippers have completed the comeback.
That was Matt Chapkus of the MHSAA Championship Radio Network on the call as Myers ran it in from 21 yards out to give Martin a 30-26 win and a state title. In Division II, Adrian Lenawee Christian capped a perfect 13-0 season with a 36-18 win over Marion. Easton Boggs hauled in 9 passes for 210 yards and 3 scores for the Cougars. Quarterback Sam Lutz threw for 350 yards, and he added 2 rushing touchdowns. Marion finishes a fantastic season at 11-1. The Eagles put up more than 50 points per game on average this year. For more on both of the 8-player championship games, check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, in the Lower Peninsula Girls Swim and Dive Championships, Ann Arbor Pioneer captured the title in Division I. It is the school's fourth straight D1 championship. In Division II, Farmington Hills Mercy is your champion. Mercy won by more than 125 points and captured the school's first swimming and diving title since 2019. And the final game ball goes to East Grand Rapids in Division III as they captured their 7th championship in girls swim and dive in the last 8 years.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
For the second consecutive season, coaches will have the ability to challenge plays during the 11-player football finals. All potential scoring and turnover plays will continue to be automatically reviewed. But again this year, coaches will be allowed to challenge one play per regulation and one in overtime, with some restrictions. First, a team must have a timeout available and call it to initiate a review. Second, there are a limited number of items that can be reviewed. Those include catch or no catch, ball carrier in or out of bounds, forward or backwards pass, and a handful of others. If successful, the coach will be given back the timeout. In overtime, coaches can challenge once, no matter how many overtime periods are played, and only if they have a timeout.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. On the volleyball court at Kellogg Arena in Battle Creek, 4 champions were crowned. Let's start with Division I, where Farmington Hills Mercy dropped the first 2 sets to Grand Rapids Forest Hills Northern before storming back and winning in 5. In Division II, North Branch won its 2nd straight title, this one in straight sets over Grand Rapids West Catholic. Division III saw Kalamazoo Christian defeat Traverse City St. Francis in 4 sets. It's the first volleyball title in school history for the Comets. Holland DeVries finished with 16 kills and 27 digs in the victory. And in Division IV, after being down 2 sets to none in both the semifinals and finals, Clarkston Everest Collegiate won its first volleyball state title. They knocked off Leland in the title match after beating Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central in 5 sets in the semis. Coverage of all 4 divisions can be found at MHSAA.com. That wraps up the fall season here on This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we will see you in the new year with the winter season in full swing.
Landis to drive, swatted off the backboard by Regneris. Bulldogs push to Cam. He'll go to the line for one more. Gathers right circle. Schweiger leaves it for Westrick. Over to Bates. Shot scores on the power play. Braden Bates, the sophomore defenseman, 35-34. Maynard down the left side of the lane. Reaching shot off the window. Good for Taryn Maynard. Free throw up. Too strong. Fight for the rebound on the floor. Maynard has it, ripping away up top for Titus. Zeros across the scoreboard, and Jennison has won. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Breslin Center and game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here. Kicking around corner, Stockwell again, and one. Right elbow, skips the right corner to Watson. Catch and shoot 3. Splash! Muskegon has taken the lead, 47-46. His right hand hook shot, no good. Ball hangs above the rim. Tyron Thomas skies and tomahawks home the rebound, 40-36. 6 Northview. The play of the day from Tyron Thomas. And welcome to game night, and welcome back in Van Noord Arena. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, only about a minute away till tip-off. Second game of the day, Grand Rapids Christian and Hudsonville. As Grandville coming away over UC to start the day. This game, Chandler, big talking points for Grand Rapids Christian. You have a team that certainly believes, and they've got reason to believe, that they're a state championship team. Hudsonville, a lot of talent, a lot of pieces coming back from a team that came one game short of a regional championship last year, and they have some of those same thoughts. We're kind of going to learn. GRC is a little bit of a known entity. I think Hudsonville has a chance in this matchup between, kind of where things are set to really make an extra statement on what they are and what they are going to be.
Yeah, it's really kind of an early season measuring stick game for both of these teams. I think Grand Rapids Christian has been, as you said, a little bit more established. They kind of know what their expectation is coming into this year, and with some of the senior talent that they have. But this Hudsonville team that is trying to prove that their hot start's for real. They're ready to take that next step. They've got a senior leadership in Braden Shamray and Braylon McFall as well, and so I think those guys kind of looking to take the next step and prove that they're for real.
All right, national anthem on deck. We'll step aside, be right back here from Van Noord Arena. We'll get some basketball rocking and rolling. Game 2 from the invite, Hudsonville, Grand Rapids Christian, right after this.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
All right, welcome back to Van Noord Arena. No national anthem action for the second game. Right into the intros. Here are your starters for head coach Eric Taylor and Grand Rapids Christian. They'll be starting the senior guard Malachi Hooser in the backcourt alongside the 6'6 junior wing Carter Goodike. Nate Johnson, another 6'6 senior wing, gets the start. They'll have Quentin Willis, a 6'3 senior guard in the backcourt, and Jalen Owenga, the Toledo signee, 6'8 senior forward up front. Hudsonville for head coach Eric Elliott will start Jovan Daniels, Braden Shamray in the backcourt. Braylon McFall starts on the wing. Jonah Dennis starts on the wing, and Joey Miller starts up front. It'll be Braylon McFall on the jump against Owenga. Right to left across the radio dial go the Eagles of Hudsonville. They are in the home, we'll call it home, alternate yellow gold uniforms. It's tipped ahead. Daniels, right corner three off the mark. Rebound stays with Shamray. Give it on McFall. Driving to the basket. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound on the floor. Fight for the rebound. Held ball, alternating possession is going to go Grand Rapids Christian's way. The Eagles, Grand Rapids Christian, we're not going to be able to say that today, are going to go left to right in their traveling black uniforms. Black for Grand Rapids Christian, gold for Hudsonville. Hooser, top of the key, hands off for Johnson, the lanky 6'6 wing. Such an explosive athlete, 16 points against South Christian on Tuesday night. Feeds right corner to Goodike, loses the handle, tight pressure. And Hudsonville takes back over, sloppy start for both.
Yeah, the Eagles, Hudsonville, they're providing some on-ball pressure defensively, forcing the mishandle from Grand Rapids Christian. Right up from the jump, though, the Hudsonville Eagles getting some looks offensively, a couple offensive rebounds, but unable to hit anything.
Up top, all alone, Miller, triple try off the back rim, no. Rebound down to Shamray, settles the basketball, jump pass for McFall. Jabs, trying to drive on Owinga. Swings up top for the sophomore Jovan Daniels, who was up and playing a big role last year as a freshman. Miller, top of the key. Around a screen, picked up defensively by Willis. Swings left wing to Shamray, the Tiffin University signee. Nice pass, showing the ball, faking, and then throwing a two-hand feed to a driving Jonah Dennis. He gets free, he scores. It's 2-0 Hudsonville.
Yeah, the curl wide open there from Dennis to the basket. Shamray able to find him.
Nice move from Hoosier, gets free. Floater blocked by Shamray. McFall races the other way to the basket, whips the hands free. Right hand lay-in, good. McFall makes it 4-0 Hudsonville with a minute and a half gone.
And McFall somehow able to keep his body under control there, trying to fight through the defender. Looked like he was maybe anticipating a little bit of contact, didn't get it, but still able to finish the tough look.
Johnson wearing 10 in the traveling black uniform, feeds right wing to Hoosier. He wears 1, goes behind his back, defense on him from Jovan Daniels, the 5'8 sophomore who's added a lot of height and a lot of size in the offseason from his freshman year up on this team. Stolen and poked away by Dennis and the Eagles, and Braden Shamray will come over to talk to Coach Elliott, and they will slow things way down, closer to what we normally have known Hudsonville Eagle pace to be right here. Shot clock at 23. Shamray top of the key, defended by Owinga. Here's the matchup. Shamray drives, jump stop, feeds a pass left wing on to Miller. Catch and shoot 3. Splash! Joey Miller is good. What a start for Hudsonville. 7-0.
Yeah, the offense has looked really good for Hudsonville early on. Shamray driving to the basket, then kicking it out. Open 3.
Johnson drives left base. Good, grabs his own rebound, put back short, rebound Miller. Everybody locking up intensely. Held ball is called. Alternating possession goes Hudsonville's way. 5:31 in the first. Here comes Tyler Davis, the junior guard, in for Quentin Willis for Grand Rapids Christian. And Coach Taylor.
Yeah, a couple minutes in, and the GRC offense really hasn't got themselves a great look at the basket yet. They've had a couple turnovers and they had the ball knocked free. But the Hudsonville defense giving them some issues here early on.
All right, Shamray right to left, and the alternate gold uniform for Hudsonville will take up the attack. Feeds 2 hands up top for McFall. Swings left wing for Jonah Dennis. Dennis for Shamray, up fake. 2-hand hard feed down to the block for Miller. Turns inside, shuffled the feet, traveled. It'll go back Grand Rapids Christian's way.
Underneath the basket, trying to fight from the left side back to the right, but had some resistance there. The defender for the Grand Rapids Christian able to get a body. Ended up traveling as he was trying to pivot back underneath.
Here's Owinga getting his first touch in the left wing. Hands off there for Davis. Davis feeds free throw line to Johnson. Pull-up jumper over a couple of defenders is good and pure. And GRC back on the board. 4:56 to go in the first. They bring a bit of a 3/4 court trap. Hudsonville breaks it over the timeline to Miller. Miller trapped right corner. And it is touched out of bounds. Last by Owinga, stays with Hudsonville right corner. 7-2 ball game, 4:47 to go.
So far the Eagles pace of play winning out, keeping things very slow in the half court. Longer possessions.
Lobbed in here to Jovan Daniels, to McFall, top of the key. Working to the left, jabbing foot, launches a 3 over top of the defender, rattles out, couldn't get the friendly touch. Goodite chases down the rebound along the end line. Hoosier to run the offense for Christian. Throws over the timeline to a sprinting Johnson. Stops left wing. Johnson up top for Hoosier. Swings right wing to Goodite, back to Hoosier. Left wing Johnson. Lob pass down left block to Owinga. Turns his back. Dumping pass. Cutting Goodite underneath the basket. Left hand shot blocked by Miller. Rebound McFall. Hudsonville has it. Shamray to run. Over the timeline. Braden Shamray. Driving into the lane. Jumping pass. Poked and stolen by Johnson. He'll throw it on to Hoosier. Now the pace of this game picking up. Driving is Davis. Lobbing for Goodite. Settles down the ball right block. Turns. Hook shot off the window. Good for Carter Goodite. 7-4.
And you can see Grand Rapids Christian a little bit more comfortable playing at that up tempo. They're able to get a turnover, turn that into numbers going the other way.
Daniels drives the baseline. Up top McFall. Up fake. Drives on Owinga. Gave a shoulder. Feeds right wing to Daniels. Right corner Miller. Catch and shoot 3. Splash. Second one for Joey Miller. He's got 6. It's 10-4 Hudsonville.
Yeah, Miller able to step out. That time in the right wing. Knock down another 3. Hudsonville offense continues to look good from beyond the arc.
Davis, right wing, loosely watched by Shamray. Feeds top of the key to Owinga. And Owinga will get a whistle and a foul. That's going to be called off the ball on Braylon McFall as he was twisted up with Carter Goodite. 3.5 to go first quarter. First foul of the ball game. 10-4 Hudsonville. Eagles have Christian to inbound, right block to Owinga, the Toledo signee. Turns his back on Miller, feeds around, left wing to Davis, up top to Hoosier. Nice active hand from Jovan Daniels, pokes it into the backcourt. Hoosier takes it back over through a trap over the timeline. Quick left-hand whip pass to Davis. Davis will settle it down, back right side to Hoosier, 20 on the shot clock. 3:11 in the first. Hoosier, hand off, Johnson top of the key. Drops it on the weave for Davis. Davis drops it on another weave for Hoosier. Drives, floater from the free throw line to the left hand, no good. Rebound down to Jovan Daniels. He'll run over the timeline. On to Shamray. Shamray to the basket, two-hand shot, deflected away by Johnson. Rebound Owinga, throws it down to Hoosier. He'll race to the basket, reverse layup, too short. Put back attempt, Owinga, deflected away. A whistle and a foul will be called on Jonah Dennis. That will send Jalen Owinga to the line for the first time. 2:42 to go in the first, 10-4 game. All games today continuing to work with quite a bit of pace and tenacity on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, things started to pick up here in the first quarter there. Now GRC again able to get out and run a little bit, even though in the initial shot missed. Owinga crashing the lane, able to get a piece of the basketball, make an attempt at putting it up and in, and gets himself to the free throw line.
First one rolls out, no good for Owinga. Quentin Willis will check back in as it'll be Hoosier taking a seat. Owinga 6'8", 15 points last time out, or a couple times out ago against South Christian to open their year. They won against Wyoming in a 58-53 back and forth clash last night in a game that you know had a lot of pace. Second free throw good, 10-5 game. Owinga gets on the board. A couple of substitutions, Justin Fisher, Griffin Baker checking in for Coach Elliott. Here is Griffin Baker to run the offense. The football quarterback this year for Hudsonville. In the backcourt, Shamray will take the basketball. Two in the gold alternate home uniforms. McFall, handoff Shamray, thinks about a 26-foot three. Now jabs, goes behind the back. Tight defense on him from Davis. Driving down the left side, stopped in the lane, and a grab and a foul. Coach Taylor does not like that foul call whatsoever at the bench. It'll go on Tyler Davis for his first. Eagles will bring Carl Thompson, the sophomore wing, in for the first time, as it's Jalen Osting, the junior, coming in for Hudsonville for his first time.
Yeah, timing thrown off a little bit there as McFall setting the screen for Shamray. Fell down initially, and then Shamray just having to try to drive and go to the Euro step, drew some contact.
Catch and shoot three, Shamray off the inbound, falls short, races to his own rebound, but he stepped out of bounds before he grabbed it. Coach Taylor, Coach Owinga having some words over that one, as I think Coach Taylor wanted Jalen to use his size to grab that ball before Shamray was able to fly to it. But regardless, Christian takes the basketball left to right. 10-5 ball game. Carl Thompson the dribble. Shifting defense here for Hudsonville. Left wing, Johnson drives, jump pass, up top, Thompson. He'll try a three, splash. Carl Thompson, the sophomore, fresh off the bench, knocks down the triple, 2-point ball game.
Now the Grand Rapids Christian offense settling in a little bit. Slow to start there, but able to get up-tempo, get a couple transition buckets. Now the three ball falling.
Shamray, top of the key, defended by Davis. Swings right wing, catch and shoot three. Baker, front rim, no. Rebound, Fisher, put back with the left hand, off the window, good. Justin Fisher, 6'2" junior, on the board for Coach Elliott. 12-8 game, Hudsonville in front. Minute and a half to go in the first. Hudsonville bouncing out of their half-court defense to a little bit of a trapping, hedging defensive approach right now. Top of the key, driving is Johnson, tries a long two, too strong. Rebound, Hudsonville. Shamray trying to push it the length of the floor, poked and jumped and stolen by Johnson. Feeding to the driving Tyler Davis. Davis takes it to the rack and scores off the window, 12-10.
A lazy pass from Shamray across the timeline leads to a turnover, and then a 2-on-1 for Grand Rapids Christian to get another 2 points off the turnover.
Carson Dykstra set to check in at the next stoppage. Shamray drives the right side, tries to go up with the shot. He's deflected from doing so by Willis, and a foul is called on Quentin Willis. He'll send Shamray to the line to shoot two. Again, Shamray, fourth-year player up here on varsity, fourth-year starter, and a Tiffin University signee. 55 seconds to go in the first, 12-10 ball game. Free throw, good. Shamray on the board. We first saw Shamray's freshman year in the district playoffs. It was the first time we saw him in a clash against West Otto, and he proved his mettle on a West Otto or a Hudsonville team that had a lot of injuries and a lot of guys out that night. He kept him right in a game that went to overtime. He hits the second at the line as well. Makes it a 14-10 game. Here comes Carson Dykstra in for Braden Shamray. neither team really fully got into a rhythm so far in this ball game. Davis, I should say, bouncing to the right side, crossing up with Johnson. Davis hesitates inside the arc, probing. Feeds it 2 hands left wing to Willis. Left corner, catch and shoot 3. Carl Thompson, splash! Thompson with a couple of triples for the sophomore. 14-13 game. GRC brings the full court pressure. The pull off now is Carson Dykstra. Takes it with a right hand dribble over the timeline. Met by Johnson, goes around a screen, stops, picks up the basketball, working the pivot foot, hits a cutting Griffin Baker, pull-up jumper, high off the window, no good with 17 seconds. Miller the rebound, up top for Dykstra. Swung left corner, Dykstra now gets it back and kicks it right wing to Baker. Into the right corner for Miller. He's got a couple of triples, jabbing, feeds right elbow, Osting, tries to go back to Miller, deflected out of bounds with 5.4 seconds, stays with Hudsonville.
Yeah, Hudsonville's been able to crash the offensive glass a couple different times here in the first quarter. Got themselves one more look here. Going to keep the possession going to the end of the first quarter, get themselves one more chance.
Skipped in to Baker. Baker with 4. Driving at 18 feet. Kicks up top for Fisher. Fisher drives inside the arc. Long left-hand shot. Strong. He let it go after the buzzer anyway. 14-13, Hudsonville by 1 after a frantic first quarter. We'll be right back here from the invite.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Welcome back to the invite. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 14-13. Hudsonville after 1. Eagles, of course, jumped out to this one. Eagles of Hudsonville jumped out to the big lead early in this one. And then it was Grand Rapids Christian. They kind of brought their run and jump defense back in a little bit, changed the course of the game a little bit in that regard. Hudsonville hangs on, though, to win the first quarter.
Yeah, the Grand Rapids Christian offense was a little bit slow to adjust to Hudsonville's defense. Really weren't working in the half court, but able to get some turnovers, turn that into some transition points, and then keep themselves in it. Once they got into the half court, hit a couple threes to get their offense rolling a little bit.
All right, second quarter on deck. Here we go, 14-13, Hudsonville over Grand Rapids Christian after 1. Hudsonville in the alternate home gold uniforms, numbers in navy, trimmed in white. The traveling all blacks for Grand Rapids Christian, numbers in baby blue, trimmed in white. And the Grand Rapids Christian C logo on their chest. It's Eagles written across the back on Coach Taylor's team's traveling uniforms. Both these teams in their alternate uniforms for this contest. Inbound into the backcourt for Tyler Davis. Here we go. Second quarter underway, left to right over the timeline for the junior point guard. Defended harshly right here by Dykstra. Probing inside, kicks up top for Johnson. The lanky wing drives inside. Right-hand shot, no good. A charge is called. Expertly drawn by Jalen Osting. It goes back the other way.
Osting forcing him to go to that left side, but then still staying in front. Able to stay vertical enough and draw the contact, hit the floor, pick up the charge and the turnover.
First foul on Johnson, full court man-to-man defense coming on right here for Grand Rapids Christian. Inbounded near side, going right to left to Griffin Baker. Shamray on the bench right now for the Eagles. Baker races over the timeline with the basketball, gets the screen set, drives to the right corner, feeds right wing to Joey Miller. Miller holding, now starts a left-hand dribble, curling across the floor, reverses back, right, underhand feed to Baker in the corner. Baker flips it up top for Carson Dykstra. Dykstra turns his back, works the pivot, feeds right wing with 2 hands to Miller. Miller, 2-hand push feed, top of the key, Osting. Osting left wing for Fisher. Fisher, left corner, Miller. Miller drives, spins, left block, reverse layup, too strong. Rebound, out of bounds, but will stay with Hudsonville. Last deflected out by Quentin Willis and Christian. Owinga, Goodike, Hooser, all back in here for Coach Taylor.
Fantastic move from Miller, using the spin to get to the left side. Everything except the finish there, a little bit out of control and strong on the left hand. Trying to finish that lay-in, but unable to do so.
Junior Justin Fisher to throw in from baseline right. Carl Thompson to watch the inbound. 7:13 in the second. 14-13 Hudsonville over Grand Rapids Christian. Battle of a couple of 2-0 teams. Right corner inbound to Baker with a shot clock evaporating. Knocks down the triple, but the shot was after the clock evaporated. That was a tough shot over the top of the defender. He's somehow able to hit. It'll be Grand Rapids Christian taking over, though. First minute gone, second quarter.
Yeah, Hudsonville just really unaware of the shot clock there in that situation. Baker at the last second realizing it, throws it up, but hand still on the basketball as the buzzer went off.
Drive, right corner, catch and shoot three. Off the front rim, no good for Willis. It goes back through the sprinting Joey Miller. Miller all the way to the basket, whips the hands free. Right hand layup is good. 8 points for Joey Miller. He's leading the way right now early in this one.
After going strong to the left hand, unable to finish a minute ago. This time in the breakaway, able to go strong to the right side. Drops that one in.
Hudsonville leads by 3. Hoosier, right wing. Tightly watched defensively here by Dykstra, putting a hand in his face. Lobs it down, right block for Owenga. Here comes the double. Hook shot, good. Just not really much you can do as a defense when he gets his back turned like that and uses that big, lanky 6'8" frame down to the post on the hook, 16-15.
Yeah, Hudsonville sending extra bodies to try and help out. There was at one point almost a triple team in the first quarter there, the double, but Owenga still just so big and strong, can go over the top.
22 on the shot clock, fed right wing to Miller. Up fake, pull-up shot, 18 feet, splash. Tough one from Joey Miller. He's got 10 as he hits from 18 feet, and Hudsonville goes back up 3. Owenga left block, run into and fouled by Jalen Osting. You know, if there's one team, and we saw the one shot clock violation, if there's one team here that the shot clock's going to hurt, it's traditionally going to be Hudsonville, but they've mostly had the pace to match Grand Rapids Christian, I have to say, with the bulk of the offense. A little bit more of a mid-temp offense or a mid-speed offense, but still, it's they've matched a lot of pace in this one.
Yeah, I've seen times at Hudsonville the offense can really be grinding. They can eat a lot of clock.
High pass from Goodike, well over the head of Owenga's. Jumped and stolen away by Fisher. Now Hudsonville will slow down a little bit right to left at the near side of the floor. Carson Dykstra to run the offense. Junior standout football player as well as a wide receiver. Lobs it down left block to Osting. Right wing for Fisher. Fisher locked up and stolen straight away by Willis. Ball on the floor. Both sides crash together. Fisher takes it away. Tries to underhand a pass. Poked and stolen by Willis. Willis drives to the basket. Right hand shot, no. But with the follow and the putback is Jalen Owenga. He's got 5. It's a 1-point game. 18-17 Hudsonville.
Teams exchanging turnovers there right around half court, but eventually Owenga has numbers and finishes it.
Baker throws left side, mid-range jumper, too strong for Osting. Rebound to Owenga, he's going to run with it. The Toledo signing working with some pace. Turns his back left elbow, underhand feed, left side for Willis. Whole bunch of space, launches a 25-foot three, and he hits it. Willis rattles it home, and Grand Rapids Christian takes their first advantage, 20-18.
Yeah, deep three that time. Always fun when you watch the high school players on the college level. No one ever shoots the high school three.
Never.
There's the college three-point line. That one was deep. That was well beyond the college arc.
I want to see a high school tournament played on an NBA court because these guys will solely be jacking it from 26 feet all day long. Up top, it'll be backed out to the volleyball line with 13 seconds on the shot clock here by Carson Dykstra. 10 on the clock, feeds right side to Fisher. This looks more like a normal Hudsonville offense, but they're running out of time. Fisher drives all the way to the basket. Reaching left-hand shot, rattles home off the glass for Fisher, and Hudsonville knots it at 20.
It took a while to get going, but after...
From Thompson, extra pass right corner, Hoosier, the lefty, launches a three, rattles out, rebound Miller, and Hudsonville will take it. 20 all, 4 minutes to go, second quarter. Dykstra out of the wing, up top, Miller catch and shoot three, rolls home another one. What a game for Joey Miller. He's got 13, timeout from Coach Taylor. He is not happy with his defense. Eagles of Hudsonville back on top, 23-20. We'll be right back.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
All right, welcome back to Van Noord Arena. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 23-20. Hudsonville over Grand Rapids Christian. Joey Miller, what a start for the terrific senior 6'5" forward. 13 points, trio of triples as he's been leading the way.
Yeah, he's been impressive for Hudsonville early on, keeping their offense going. Feeling it early on, a little jab step at the top of the key. Had an open look and knocked it down.
Hudsonville brings a little bit of token full court pressure. Malachi Hooser will take it left to right, out of the timeline, or over the timeline, out of the timeout. Kicks it, got it back, feeds right wing here to Nate Johnson, defended by Jonah Dennis. Into the corner. Feeds up top with the left hand to Hooser. Swings left wing, catch and shoot three. Thompson, no good. Front rim, long rebound through the hands of Thompson. Ripped away through some contact by Braylon McFall. He's off and running, going the length of the floor. Euro step, that's the travel. It'll go back the other way. For the first time in 2023 during basketball season, I get to say my old man take. That's a travel at this level, young man. It'll go back the other way.
Yeah, that was definitely a travel. And Hudsonville had 3-on-1 there. Hooser the only one back for Grand Rapids Christian. McFall trying to do maybe just a little bit too much, trying to take it on his own there. If he'd able to dump that off, had a couple teammates that might have had an open look.
All right, Tyler Davis to run the offense here for Grand Rapids Christian. Feeds up top to Johnson. Johnson drives down the left side of the lane, reaching around the defender. Left-hand hook shot, good. Good skill there from Johnson. He's got 4 as he reaches and scores. GR Christian back within 1, 3:16 in the second. Dennis around a screen out of the corner. Feeds up top to Shamray. Poked and stolen by Davis. Shamray regathers in the backcourt. He'll go right to left over the timeline again. Shamray jumping pass. Leapt and stolen by Hooser. He'll go back the other way. Ripping it away from Daniels. Feeding to the corner. Catch and shoot three. Willis. Splash. Christian back on top. 6 for Quentin Willis. Timeout on the floor. 25-23. GRC. We'll be right back.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back to the Invite in Calvin University's Van Noord Arena. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Day-long coverage from Michigan Sports Radio. Bob Sack and company will be taking things over for the next contest as South Christian takes to the floor. We'll have Eric Wells on the call the final game with Catholic Central and those two respective broadcasts. Finishing things out, 2:44 to go, second quarter. And Hudsonville running the weave out of the timeout, 21 on the shot clock. Shamray into the right wing. Picks up the dribble, defended by Johnson. Swings up top to Daniels, left wing on to Dennis. Drives in the lane, stutters, and skips a feed that is deflected out of bounds by Willis. It'll stay baseline left with Hudsonville. 2.5 in the second, 25-23, 13 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Daniels trying to slip that one down to Dennis rather, and just knocked free. A little bit tough pass, tough angle to get that one in.
Inbound pass to Joey Miller is poked ahead by Johnson, but last rolls off the fingertips of Miller. He's going to go back Grand Rapids Christian's way from center court. They go left to right here. Tyler Davis inbounds to Hooser into the backcourt. It'll be Jovan Daniels to watch him. Number 1 versus number 1 right here over the timeline. Feeds right wing to Johnson. Johnson locked up by Dennis. Stutter step to the right block. Jump pass just to his left side on to Owinga. Owinga flies. Right hand hook shot too strong. Rebound down to McFall. Fed on to Shamray. He'll run the offense. Trailing by 2 with 2 minutes in the second. To the free throw line, Miller. No-look pass, right corner McFall. To the right wing for Shamray. Shamray probing and backing out with 23 on the shot clock. Left wing to Daniels. Around a screen to the left corner. On to Miller. Up fake. Drives free throw line. Kicks up top to Shamray. Jabs around a defender with 15 on the clock, and he'll back it out. Shamray will probe again. Driving. Leaping pass. Underhand. Stolen straight away by Davis. He'll run with it left to right. Davis driving inside. Gave the shoulder. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Tyler Davis. On Jonah Dennis. As we had to wait a moment, see what side was it going on. It goes on Hudsonville. It goes on Dennis.
Yeah, I think Dennis trying to pick up the charge there. Looked like might have leaned in with the chest just enough. I think that's what the call was going to come in and the block. And Grand Rapids Christian going to keep the basketball.
Davis from baseline right to throw in right here. Skips it to Owenga left corner. Owenga defended by Davis. Drives free throw line. No look feed up top for Hooser. Hooser left corner with space. Catch and shoot three. Davis. Splash.
Davis got lost as he was running out to the left corner.
Davis steals the inbound pass. GRC up by 5 and with the basketball. Davis drives, leaning into the lane. Jump pass, right corner Willis. Catch and shoot three. Too strong. And Miller the board. A little bit of full court pressure. Got it on here to Shamray. Hudsonville just a little out of sorts and kind of some sloppy passes and ill-advised plays we normally don't see out of Coach Elliott's team right now.
Yeah, I think part of it trying to go up tempo just a little bit, but also in the half court now we've seen some forced passes that aren't there. It's led to Grand Rapids Christian having numbers.
Shamray with space, left wing three, rolls out, did a 360, will not fall. Willis the rebound, Grand Rapids Christian running. Here's Davis driving to the basket, stops right block, feeds free throw line Owenga. Power dribble, gave a shoulder, right hand hook shot, underneath no good. Rebound Dennis, given on to Shamray. 44 seconds in the second, 28-23 Grand Rapids Christian. Shamray to slow it down. Shamray left wing to Daniels, he'll try a deep three. Off the back rim, no. Rebound Owenga, reaching high over top of Dennis and Miller for that one. Now Grand Rapids Christian will slow it down. Shot clock turned off, and the Eagles of GRC will hold for the final shot. Hooser spinning through the defense, on the floor. Shamray takes away the stolen basketball. Shamray running to the rack, right-hand shot blocked away by Davis. 13.2 on the second quarter clock. Eagles keep it. They now will look to hold for the final shot.
Yeah, Hudsonville defense getting really aggressive there, able to get the steal. Down under 20 seconds, Shamray and Dennis both reaching in there, able to cut and get the basketball free. Now get themselves the last shot.
Shamray with 10 will back it out in front of the timeline. Shamray with 8, dribbling with the left hand. McFall coming out to set a screen with 4. Shamray with 3. Jump pass Daniels. Deep left wing 3 at the buzzer. Off wide to the right side. Slow developing possession goes nowhere for Hudsonville to finish the first half. And Grand Rapids Christian able to come back to lead by 5 at the break. 28-23 in this one, CT. And it was kind of similar to what we saw in the first game. Grandville went up big. Unity Christian kind of sped the game up. Similar things here. Hudsonville felt comfortable early in the first quarter. Grand Rapids Christian brought the chaos, and they now bring the lead out of it.
Yeah, the Hudsonville offense early on able to grind things out a little bit, get into the half court and knock down some shots. Their offense came out on fire to start, but then now things have slowed down. They've got into some turnovers. Grand Rapids Christian's got themselves the opportunity to run a couple different times, and they've taken the lead because of it.
28-25, Grand Rapids Christian, a battle of unbeatens, leading Hudsonville at the half here, game 2 of the Invite. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here with more on our Farmers Insurance Halftime Show.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan hearing experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Expert.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, bum.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, inside Van Noord Arena. 28-23, Grand Rapids Christian over Hudsonville at the break in this one. And Chandler, I'll hand it right over to you, and you can take us through some stats.
All right, for Hudsonville, leading scorer, Joey Miller with 13. It was Fisher with 4 points, and then 3 scorers each had 2. Shamray, McFall, and Dennis all had 2 points. For Grand Rapids Christian, they had Thompson and Willis each with 6 points. Davis with 5. Owinga with 5 as well. Johnson with 4, and Goodike with 2 points.
All right, so we make it at the half. It's an interesting start. Obviously, Joey Miller leading the way for Hudsonville, and Hudsonville going up, 7-0 to begin the game. Grand Rapids Christian upping the pace a little bit, but for as much as they upped the pace, I feel like a little bit of what somewhat happened was Hudsonville kind of got outside what we normally see them run. It wasn't like the unity pressure on Grandville, the really true full-court run and jump. I think Hudsonville, the main thing Coach Elliott wants is his team saw on a couple of occasions, yes, the shot clock's on, but we don't have to run at this mock speed that we were. We can still control the pace. We can still try to operate some of the game plan that, we a lot of times use in the playoffs to slow down explosive teams like GRC.
Yeah, definitely. I think in the second half, expect them to slow things down a little bit. There were some sessions early on in the first quarter when their offense was rolling a little bit better that, they're holding on to the basketball. They're getting some of the motion and some of the action that they like, and then taking the shot clock down to under 10 seconds, then starting to go and still getting some quality looks. But I think they got sped up just enough that to where they were forcing some passes down the floor, maybe trying to run a little bit too much and getting into some uncharacteristic turnovers.
All right, quick break. We'll be right back here on game night from Van Noord Arena in game 2 of the invite. 28-23, Grand Rapids Christian over Hudsonville in the Eagle Battle at the half.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINR.
MGN, here's the drive. I am Chandler 2.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan game night, tailgate report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Looking to this move forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz orthodontic smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough backcourt. Your flight's at 5 or your...
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight, so.
That sucks. So you're actually, that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no, if I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Van Noord Arena. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here. Coverage of the Invite Games 1 and 2 here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. You can also catch the next two, also coming up on MSR, including that South Christian Rockford game that's going to be the next one up here at Van Noord Arena. Eagle battle in this one, 28-23 at the break. Chandler quickly kind of keys to the second half. You talked a lot about what Hudsonville's keys to the second half are, but what do you think we're going to see in this final 2 quarters of play between the two Eagles?
Yeah, I think for Grand Rapids Christian, if they can continue to force the turnovers like they have, it's going to be capitalizing in transition, getting numbers, and getting points off from that. I think in the half court, they've got an opportunity to try to get the ball down to Owinga. Of course, the Hudsonville defense has been trying to counter that with sending double teams, but being prepared for that. If in the half court, having an attack, dumping it down low to your talented big man, and then being able to pass out of it or go up with it if necessary, I think Hudsonville, it's going to be just a lot of valuing the basketball. Really, there's some unusual turnovers, starting with Shamray, the point guard. I think if they're able to hold on to the basketball a little bit better, get into their offense, they'll be able to settle things down.
All right, head coach Eric Taylor, final word into his team for Grand Rapids Christian. They start on defense. Hudsonville gets the basketball. They go left to right across the radio dial in the alternate home gold uniforms, alternate black traveling uniforms for Grand Rapids Christian. Here we go. Daniel swings right wing to Shamray. We're underway. Hand off on the weave, curling up top to Miller. Hands off there, McFall, left wing to Jonah Dennis. Dennis holding high above his head, jabs, feeds left block, Miller. Miller turns, spins, works in the lane, floater, no, off the front rim, long rebound on to Hooser. He'll run with it right to left. Closely watched defensively here by Jovan Daniels. Hooser stops, nearly travels as he kind of lost his back footing. Giving on to Johnson in the corner. Nate Johnson jabs, feeds with the left hand up top to Hooser, standing on the volleyball line. Feeds right wing to Johnson. Johnson drives right baseline, pull-up shot 10 feet over top of Miller. No. High reaching rebound from the big arms of Owinga. Owinga gave a shoulder. Blocking foul is called on Braylon McFall. First foul of the third quarter, 28-23 Christian.
Yeah, three different.
It's charged, sorry.
Yeah, they're gonna call the charge on Owinga, who after grabbing the offensive rebound, lowering the shoulder, he was not looking to go up for a shot. It was gonna look like kick it out, but still lowering the shoulder as multiple Eagles there trying to grab that loose ball and box out.
That is his first foul. 5-point lead stays on. Able to break the pressure, do the Hudsonville Eagles over the timeline. McFall flies to the basket, adjusts midair. Right hand shot, no good. Johnson the rebound. He'll run with it. Johnson all the way to the basket. Right hand laying, good. Nate Johnson running the floor. He's got 6 points. The lead is 7.
Yeah, that's what Grand Rapids Christian wants right there. You force the contested layup on one end, get the rebound, immediately get out and run.
A little bit of havoc pressure out right now from Hudsonville. Drive to the basket, Dennis. Right-hand shot rejected into the second row by Owinga. That was almost like still like a lazy rejection. Like for that one getting second row, he just kind of lazily reached over with his long wingspan and was able to send that one away. Baseline right inbound here for Hudsonville. 30-23, the Grand Rapids Christian lead. There's an official timeout. I don't quite know what the issue is. I don't know if there's a clock issue, if there's a student issue. They're looking towards the student section. Okay. The correction was to the shot clock. They add a couple of seconds to 27. Lobbed up top to Daniels. Daniels, left wing, McFall, up fake, dribble drive, underhand handoff, left corner for Dennis. He'll feed it up top to Shamray, who will back it out. 18 on the shot clock. Shamray backing the Calvin logo with a right-hand dribble. Right wing for McFall. Lanky senior whips it with two hands, left wing to Miller. Left corner, catch and shoot three. Daniels, no good, front rim. And the rebound secured along the end line by Goodike. He'll go behind the back, get some space, feed on to Hoosier, who will take it over the timeline. 6:18 less to go in the third quarter. 25 on the shot clock as he'll set up the offense. Right wing for Goodike. Goodike defended by Miller. Working the right pivot foot, starts a dribble, reaching past top of the key to Hoosier. The lefty thinks about the three, hesitates, drives to the basket, right hand layup is good. And Hoosier on the score sheet for the first time, 32-23, Grand Rapids Christian. Daniels weaving through the full court pressure. Pull-up shot, free throw line, splash. Jovan Daniels answers right back, gets on the score sheet, 32-25. Now here comes Owinga the length of the floor. Stopping left corner, up top, Goodike hesitates, drives to the basket, right-hand shot, no good. Rebound down to McFall, and Shamray will finally slow this game down a little bit. 5:39 in the third, 32-25, Grand Rapids Christian.
Now see if Hudsonville now going to try to get in their offense a little bit. They don't want to get that back and forth game.
Shamray, defended by Hoosier, drives down the right side of the lane, whips the hands free, reverse layup, no. Rebound down to Dennis. Two-hand feed, tipped away, stolen away by Quentin Willis. He'll run the floor, a 2-on-2 break, run into from behind, no foul called against McFall. Rebound trickles its way onto Owinga. He'll launch a triple. Shot is off the back rim, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Daniels, and Hudsonville stays with Christian. 5:11 in the third, 32-25 GRC. Griffin Baker checks in for the first time in the second half as Dennis takes a seat for Coach Elliott.
Yeah, things a little bit sloppy again to start this second half. Did look like McFall, as he was trying to chase down from behind, might have committed a foul and trying to knock the ball free. No call, though. Grand Rapids Christian going to get another chance here in their offense.
Nate Johnson, 6'6" senior wing, baseline left inbound. Put his palms in the air, trying to get the inbound lane. Gets it on to Goodike, cutting to the basket. Reverse left-hand layup, no. Rebound Miller, nearly ripped away. He's able to snag it away from a pair of Christian defenders and kick it around and get it back, and then send it over the timeline to Shamray to start the offense. Shamray drives, reverse layup, no. Rebound Johnson. Shamray only 2 points in this contest, fighting it for the Tiffin University commit. Right wing off a really nice feed from Johnson. Triple try, misses everything short from Willis. Rebound down to Johnson and GRC. Johnson, left corner, cut off, trying to get the baseline drive by Baker. Feed up top, poked and stolen by Shamray. Shamray running all the way to the basket, lost the handles. He was deflected on by Hoosier, able to regather, feed it on to McFall. McFall is all alone and lays it in off the window of the right hand. 5-point game with 4.5 in the third.
Yeah, smart from Shamray there, not having an opportunity to get the lay-in himself, able to peel it back and then dump it off to McFall for the open look on the other side.
All right, tipped out of bounds into the Grand Rapids Christian bench by Daniels. It will stay with Johnson and the Eagles of GRC for the inbound. Johnson up top for Hoosier, nearly poked and stolen by Daniels. Then Daniels reaches behind Hoosier, pokes it away onto Baker. Baker feeds Daniels. Daniels feeds the late arriving McFall, who corrects midair, lays it in against the defense and scores. Quick little comeback from Hudsonville. They got it within a score. 4:09 to go third quarter. Timeout, full timeout from the GRC bench. We will be right back.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back to Van Noord. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here on the campus of Calvin University. 32-29, Grand Rapids Christian leading Hudsonville game 2 of the invite. As a quick little run back for the Eagles, and they do it of Hudsonville, and they do it by kind of getting outside their game. It was the full court. There's a couple turnovers forced by Coach Elliott's team, not necessarily the grinding half-court game that brought this game back for them.
Yeah, it's been a reverse of what most of the game to this point has been. It's been mostly Grand Rapids Christian that's been poking the basketball free and then turning that into opportunities in the open floor. And instead, last couple possessions now, Hudsonville the ones able to create the turnovers, get some transition opportunities.
32-29, Grand Rapids Christian out of the timeout with the lead. 4:09 to go in the third. And Hoosier will start the offense here for GRC. Over the timeline, right to left. Defended here by Jovan Daniels. Hoosier drives to the basket, left-hand floater, too strong. Rebound, Daniels jumping over top of Joey Miller, who is down, loses the basketball. Davis, who's fresh on the floor, gathers the ball. Left-hand reverse layup, no. Rebound to Hudsonville. They'll push it the length of the floor. Driving the basket, Baker. Right-hand layup, blocked away Johnson. The follow, the putback, good for Jovan Daniels. 1-point game.
Daniels a couple buckets now here in the third quarter. That one, nice little putback off the rebound, able to elevate. Put that one right back up and in before hitting the ground.
Davis feeds right corner Willis. Locked up defensively by Shamray. Keeps the dribble, now stops it. Tries to feed into the paint to Owinga. Tipped out of bounds with the left fingertips of Joey Miller. Stays with GRC baseline right. 3:24 in the third. 32-31 Christian. Johnson to throw in with two hands. Fakes a pass left, now lobs it into the right wing for Davis. Davis defended by Shamray across the floor to the left wing. Shamray pokes in from behind as a feed is looped on. Left wing to Hoosier. 6 on the shot clock. Right wing to Johnson with 4. Shot clock down to 3. He doesn't know the shot clock with 2. Launches a 3 at the buzzer. Spins it home. Shot clock evaporating. Nate Johnson with 9 points. And GRC back up 4.
Yeah, Johnson was calling for a screen, not fully realizing the shot clock, but then as soon as he saw it, able to get it up.
Shamray runs the length of the floor, takes it to the basket, right-hand layup, off the window and good. Back down to a 2-point game.
Yeah, first points for Shamray outside of his couple free throws earlier on in the game. It's been a struggle for him most of the day offensively, but able to get the lay in there.
2.5 to go. Nice job by Shamray, reaching and stealing a Johnson pass. Takes it to the basket, right-hand shot, emphatically rejected off the backboard by Johnson. Rebound to Hudsonville, tic-tac-toe pass. Drive to the basket, Baker. Right-hand leaner, too strong, but a foul. Griffin Baker to the basket. Hudsonville sticking with every play. We've seen Johnson and some of the Eagles making those big, aggressive defensive plays, but it's the follow from Hudsonville. It's gotten a couple of second-chance points in the second half.
Yeah, multiple Hudsonville players around the basket. Even after the Shamray initial lay-in is blocked, there to get the offensive rebound. A couple guys that they can pass it around underneath, eventually get themselves to the free throw line.
First free throw good for Baker, his first points of the game. Thompson and Goodike will check in for Owinga, and Willis here for Coach Taylor. Jonah Dennis will come in for Hudsonville. Baker at the line, 35-34. Chance to tie it here. Bends the knees, right-hand free throw, spins it home. Baker makes the free throws, takes a seat as Dennis comes in. Hudsonville's tied it up. Full court pressure going to come on here from Grand Rapids Christian, from Hudsonville though. Inbounded into Davis, near side, nearly stolen away by Shamray. Davis starting the dribble, up the near side, behind the back, reaching. Foul called on Shamray. First of the half on Hudsonville, first of the game on Shamray. With that, Hudsonville bringing the full court pressure. Really a reversal of fortunes a little bit, and they'll stick on token right here as right to left. Davis takes it over the timeline, loosely watched here by Shamray. Shamray meets him up in the half court. Davis drives, leaning left-hand layup, high off the window, good. Good tough shot in the lane, good for Davis. He's got 7, his team has 37.
Davis able to get by Shamray well back near the midcourt line and then able to take that all the way into the lane.
Trailing by 2, Miller gave a shoulder, blocking foul is called. Coach Taylor does not love the block versus the charge being called right there. It'll be on Nate Johnson. Sorry, it'll be on Tyler Davis. 1:58 in the third, and right away, here comes Griffin Baker back into the basketball game. That's the third foul on Jonah Dennis, who has to take a seat. Right side inbound here for Baker. Lobs it on to Shamray. Catch and shoot 3, no good, front rim. So they are, correction, foul was on Davis. Up top, Shamray, feeding Miller, driving, right-hand floater, no good. It'll go Grand Rapids Christian's way. 37-37, over the timeline, right to left, here comes Davis. Davis stops left wing, drives baseline, thinks about a step-back jumper, kicks it up top instead for Johnson, gets run into midair by McFall. Whoa. McFall ran into him midair. He put his right hand out to Johnson to try to give him a help back to his feet, and Nate Johnson politely, or maybe not so politely, declined the advances of McFall, who now stares him down and has a word with Coach Taylor as well. I think the intensity about to pick up right here.
Yeah, sure seems like it. And yeah, there's going to be a technical right there.
I figured that was coming. So, technical going to be called on McFall.
Those two having words as McFall, the first time unintentionally trying to jump in there and steal the pass away, and inadvertently ran over Johnson. And then, as you said, was offering to try to get him back off the court, and those two had words as he refused. McFall said something there, and then I think, again, as he was guarding the inbound, had a few more words, and the official right there to hear them that time.
Johnson hits a couple of free throws. 39-35. Yeah, this game's about to hit a different level, and Coach Elliott is going to just leave McFall on Johnson defensively. So he wants that matchup, and he's going to keep the matchup. Inbounded here to Davis. Grand Rapids Christian keeps the basketball inside 90 seconds in the third quarter. Shamray loosely watches him defensively to the left wing of the basketball. Davis around a screen, lobs it down low for Goodike. And Goodike loses the ball out of bounds, last touched by Baker, who was trying to draw the offensive foul right there, a bit of a shoulder that Goodike gave him. Hudsonville aggressively hedging those screens right now defensively.
Yeah, they're trying to really get in there and try to poke the basketball free and eliminate that.
Left corner, Thompson inbound, lobs it up top for Johnson. Here we go. He'll face up with McFall. Skips a right block to Goodike. Goodike spinning, working to the basket. Two-hand shot strong, and a foul is called, and Carter Goodike will go to the line for two. 1:02, third quarter, 39-35, Grand Rapids Christian.
Yeah, Goodike given just enough of a fake spin. Looked like he was going to try to sell going baseline. Instead, ends up spinning back to his right, back towards the middle of the floor. Able to get around the defender enough.
All right, Goodike at the line. Toes it. Lanky wing. Able to hit the first free throw. 3 points now for the 6'6" junior. Justin Fisher checks in for Griffin Baker. More for Goodike at the line. Right hand free throw, good. Splashes that one down. He's got 4. Jovan Daniels back out there. He'll run the Hudsonville offense left to right over the timeline. Some token pressure on him from Aaron Golston, who we see on the floor for the first time in this game for Grand Rapids Christian. Left wing to Fisher. 52 seconds in the third. Handoff on the curling Daniels. Daniels down the left side of the floor. Quick little dribble move. Kicks it left corner onto Miller. Swung up top for Shamray. 15 on the shot clock. Shamray around to McFall's screen to the corner. Shamray hesitates, drives baseline. Floater blocked by Johnson into the stands. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Hudsonville inbounds baseline right with Fisher trailing 41-35. Fisher pounds the rock, skips it. Miller lost the handle, stolen by Johnson with 34. Johnson running, weaving through the defense, no look feed. Golston runs to the basket, a right-hand shot is good. 5'6" junior Aaron Golston driving and scoring off a nice feed, 43-35, 22 in the third quarter.
3-on-2 for Grand Rapids Christian there, cutting to the basket, the no-look pass. Golston from the right side.
Shamray loosely watched here defensively by Johnson with 11 on the game clock. Shot clock turned off to end the third quarter. Miller comes out to set a screen. Shamray hesitates top of the key. He'll launch a deep three. Off the back rim, no. 1 second. Put back, Daniels short. That'll do it for the third. 43-35. Christian over Hudsonville. One final frame to go. Be right back for that.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts.
All right, welcome back. Grand Rapids Christian over Hudsonville in this one, and it's a third quarter in particular, Chandler. It really feels like teams didn't fully get into much of a rhythm. There were not really any, there were a couple runs, but offensively both teams have been a little bit better. And the Eagles of GRC have had the advantage there.
Yeah, it's definitely the advantage goes to Grand Rapids Christian in those situations. That's a little bit more naturally what their game is. It's what they were doing early on in the first half when they were able to take the lead. The Hudsonville team able to get things close to even there as they settled in at the start of the third quarter, but Grand Rapids Christian slowly opening it back up as we go into the fourth.
All right, 8 final fresh minutes on the board. Christian gets the ball right to left out of the break here. Aaron Golston, the 5'6" junior, will stay out there to run the offense. Throws with two hands to the left wing to Davis. Davis defended across the floor to the right wing by Shamray. Drops off on the weave to Johnson. Johnson then weaves it on to Golston. Golston back to Johnson, left wing. Kicks with the left hand up top to Davis. Davis with 20 on the shot clock. Hesitates down the right side, trying to spin away from Shamray. Davis, underhand feed, Goodike, hesitates, gave a shoulder. Left-hand hook shot, spins out. Rebound down to Shamray and Hudsonville. Leaping pass over the timeline to Daniels. Daniels, right wing to Fisher. Fisher, extra pass, right corner, catch and shoot, 3, McFall. Falls off the front of the rim short. Rebound to Johnson. 7.5 in the fourth. Throws over the timeline to a sprinting Thompson. Thompson drops it off, left corner for Davis. He'll back it out, loosely watched defensively by Fisher. Davis probes inside, pulls it out. 21 on the shot clock. Lob pass, left block to Goodike. Goodike gave a fake shoulder, spins, left-hand hook shot, off the window, good. Tough shot reaching around Miller is good for Goodike. He's got 6. It's 45-35, 10-point lead for Christian.
Yeah, first couple possessions of the fourth quarter, they've made an effort to try to get the ball down to Goodike. Had a tough rattle out in the first one. That one goes.
Shamray pull-up 3, falls short off the front rim. He continues to fight it in this ball game, chasing after the rebound. Justin Fisher pokes it into the stands, and it will go back with Grand Rapids Christian, but Shamray just 4 points right now in this game certainly has not looked like himself.
No, really from the start, just been a little bit out of it. Had some turnovers, looked like he was a little bit frustrated, has been fighting it offensively. The shot hasn't been there for the most part, had a lay-in and a couple free throws.
Right on cue, Shamray reaches, steals it away from Golston, runs to the basket, two-hand shot, off the glass, good, and a foul. Right on cue, he's got 6, able to reach in on the junior Golston and score the points with a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, and a night when the shots aren't falling from the field, that's one way to get yourself and keep yourself involved right there defensively, getting a poke free, gathering it, and then taking it right to the rim, going strong to the right side and getting an and-one chance.
Dennis in for Fisher, Osting in for McFall for Coach Elliott. 6:37 to go in the fourth quarter, 45-37 Grand Rapids Christian, and Shamray at the line for the Eagles of Hudsonville. He's got 6 in this game, 1 foul, right-hand free throw, splash. Completes the three-point play the old-fashioned way. He's got 7. He'll take a quick breather as Carson Dykstra will come in, and Hudsonville is going to bring some full-court pressure here, down 45-38. Johnson inbounds near side to Golston, going right to left. Reaching in on him defensively, Dykstra. Golston up the middle of the floor, races over the timeline. Golston to the top of the key. Hands out right wing for Davis. Davis will back it out. Defense on him from Jovan Daniels. Runs across the floor to the left wing with the left-hand dribble. Picks up the dribble, feeds top of the key to Johnson. Gave a shoulder fake. Shimmies, drives into the lane. Fouled on the floor by Jonah Dennis. Actually, they're going to get Jovan Daniels. That'll be his first, and that definitely is the foul that Hudsonville would rather see. Otherwise, Dennis would be in some real foul trouble if he picked up yet another one. Johnson, Golston go to the bench. Owinga and Hooser come out for Coach Taylor.
Daniels caught just reaching in a little bit, going to pick up the foul.
Owinga turns his back into the paint. Hook shot over top of 2 defenders. Misses everything short. High reaching rebound down to Goodike. Lost the handle, but it's poked out along the baseline by the Eagles of Hudsonville. It'll stay with Grand Rapids Christian. Baseline left inbound here for Davis. 28 on the shot clock. Davis, left corner, catch and shoot 3. Thompson, splash. Third 3 of the game for Carl Thompson. 9 for the sophomore. Grand Rapids Christian back up 10. Miller, the length of the floor to the corner for Osting. Up top for Daniels. Cut off free throw line. Swung up top for Miller. Miller jabbing inside, defended by Hooser. Right wing for Osting. Osting up top for Daniels to reset the offense with 18 on the shot clock. Bounces around a screen down the left side. 2-hand feed. Left corner all alone. Dykstra catch and shoot 3 off the connector. No. High rebound poked and taken by Davis. Davis running with numbers all the way to the basket. Reverse layup. Rattles home. 12-point lead for Grand Rapids Christian. They're the first to 50, 5.5 to go.
Now really tough lay in there on the left side from Davis. Able to get the loose ball and then chase it all the way down the floor.
Daniels left wing, step back three, too short. Rebound Dennis. Tries to flip it on to Miller, who threw a couple of hands, is able to settle it down and whip it up top for Daniels. Left wing Osting, right block for Miller. Miller, no-look feed, driving Dennis, right-hand layup, good. Nice little connection right there. Dennis able to hit, back down to a 10-point game. Grand Rapids Christian pushes the pace to Owinga, all the way to the basket, lost the handle, fouled. It's like they're going to rule that he got his hand tipped right there on the shot attempt from Osting, and Jalen Owinga will go to the line for a couple. 5:01, fourth quarter, 50-40, second foul on Osting.
It looked like Owinga lost the ball as he was going up, trying to lay it in, and contact there coming right before as he was trying to go up caused him to lose the basketball.
First free throw good for Owinga. Shamray McFall will check back in for Hudsonville. Somewhat quiet game still for Owinga, just 6 points, but we've seen his impact in kind of everything he's able to do on the floor in this game. Toledo signee, black uniform, untucked, right-hand free throw, rattles home. Got that one, he's got 7, and his team has a 12-point lead with 5 minutes to go. McFall, left corner for Dennis. Up top for Shamray, thought about the three, drives inside, he'll back it out with a right-hand dribble. Goes between the legs, crossover into a three, falls short, a long rebound, taken at the three-point arc by Goodike. He'll hand it off for Davis to slow things down right here. Right to left, he'll work his way over the timeline. 4:37 in the fourth quarter, 52-40 Grand Rapids Christian. Lobs up top for the sophomore Thompson. Thompson drives past Dennis, no-look feed Goodike, spiked out of bounds, last touch by the foot of Shamray. Right side inbound coming up right here for Grand Rapids Christian. It will be Thompson originally to throw it in. He'll change places with Davis to lob in from baseline right. Standing in front of him with his arms outstretched is Dykstra. Got into Owinga. Tries to scam Sky for the jam. Gets rejected by the rim. Rebound down to Dennis. Dykstra over the timeline. Shamray. Right corner McFall. Defended by Owinga. Crosses over. Starts a right-hand dribble. Probes inside. Two-hand kick pass right wing for Shamray. Shamray trying to work around a screen, does so to the free throw line. Shamray, hard pass, somehow finds its way through to Dykstra. He lost it, rolls out right wing to McFall with 12 on the shot clock. He'll back it out. Onside, 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Right corner to Dennis, right baseline drive. Kicks to the corner with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Now left wing on to Shamray. Shamray with one, forced to turn into a long three and rattles it home. Braden Shamray with a shot clock evaporating, hits from over 25 feet away.
Dykstra had an open three that you could hear the crowd. They wanted him to shoot that ball. He was pretty open in the corner. Instead, ended up holding on to it, passing it off, and Shamray able to make something happen right before the buzzer.
Shamray into double digits. He has 10. Davis, free throw line. Stops, kicks up top to Thompson with 3.5. 9-point game. Thompson tries to drive, gets tripped up by Jonah Dennis. Miller and Baker about to check in. That is the third foul on Dennis. It's Osting and Dykstra going to the bench. Left side inbound from his own bench coming up for Carl Thompson, the sophomore who's got 9 points, all on triples in this one. Skips into Owinga, top of the key, defended by McFall. Owinga, handoff, curling Davis, free throw line. Davis to the basket, left-hand layup, strong, rebound Owinga. Power dribble, spin shot, right-hand hooker, falls short. He'll go to the line for two as he's hacked and fouled on the shot attempt.
Owinga following that play up, he was outside on the perimeter, but then following the drive to the basket on the weak side, able to crash, go up. Already one of the bigger players on the floor. Goes up, gets that rebound, and after just hitting a couple free throws a minute ago, going to be right back.
Following Baker is his first. First free throw splashes down for Owinga. Johnson comes in for Goodike. Jovan Daniels now also to check in. Free throw strong. Rebound down to McFall. It'll be given on here to Shamray, left to right over the timeline. 3:10 and less in the fourth quarter. 10-point lead for Grand Rapids Christian. Feeds right wing to Baker. Skips it down low, looking for Miller. Poked and stolen away by Johnson. Kick pass over the timeline to Owinga. Owinga lost the handle out of bounds. Hudsonville takes back over. Jovan Daniels will check in here for Jonah Dennis. 3 minutes exactly to go fourth quarter. 10-point lead for Christian.
Yeah, we'll see now is the clock going to be under 3 minutes now. The Hudsonville offense, the one that's been traditionally trying to go a little bit slower, but down double digits. Gonna have to start to go a little bit quicker here. Not crazy tempo yet, but they're gonna have to be a little bit faster than maybe what they have been in order to try to cut into this deficit.
Shamray right wing jabbing, defended by Malachi Hoosier. He'll back it out. Shamray between the legs, 14 on the shot clock. Gets a screen, denies it, drives down the right side, spin move into the lane, tough reverse layup, fouled as he bangs it off the bottom of the backboard. And Shamray will go to the line and shoot 2:34, fourth quarter, first foul of the game on Hoosier, and the second on Grand Rapids Christian.
One of the few times today where Shamray, they're on the dribble, able to create for himself, get to the basket. There's been a lot of traffic in the lane that's been able to help out there and cut off his driving lanes. That time they spread the floor. Hudsonville opens up that lane enough where Shamray can get underneath.
Free throw, first one splashes down good. Dennis and Dykstra check in for Hudsonville. Willis checks in for Grand Rapids Christian. A lot of defense for offense substitutions right now for both teams, especially Coach Elliott. 53-44 ball game, 2:34 to go. One more at the line here for Shamray. He's got 11. Cannot get that one to go. Tough rebound from Willis, ripped down, given on to Hoosier. He'll work with some pace, goes over the timeline to Owenga. Owenga skies and jams it with the right hand. Tomahawk jam to go up 11 from Owenga.
Now if the missed free throw, again, getting an opportunity to get out and push it, and Owenga leading the charge, one-handed slam to finish it.
Miller on the floor, saves the basketball left corner to McFall, who will curl top of the key. McFall drives to the basket, right-hand layup, through the contact, rattles home, and a foul. One more coming up the line here for McFall off that tough foul. 55-46, that's the third foul on Quentin Willis.
Big one right there from McFall, trying to neutralize some of the momentum that Grand Rapids Christian just got off that dunk. Through some contact, they're able to go up, and even though he misses the free throw.
Free throw short, rebound Miller, put back blocked, and running back the other way is Willis. Lobs on for a driving Davis, reverse layup, good. Tyler Davis into double digits. He's got 11. His team leads by 11.
And that's what Hudsonville can't afford to do right there. You get an opportunity for a three-point play, but the missed free throw then leads to wide open down the other end of the floor. The defense never able to get back.
Triple try, Shamray right wing, short. Rebound on the floor taken by Owenga. Owenga curling across, skips it on to Johnson. Johnson fakes a pull-up free throw line. Kicks up top for Hoosier, he'll back it out. 1:37 on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock. Hoosier drives, fouled on the floor. That'll be the 15th foul on Hudsonville. We'll send him to the line for 2. Foul is on Carson Dykstra. Malachi Hoosier at the line. 1:33 to go, 57-46. Impressive second half from Grand Rapids Christian. This was a back and forth game between two really good teams, and I think Grand Rapids Christian Chandler did certainly the better job of making the game be played to their style. First free throw is good, but they made the game played to their style, and they won in large part, or are on their way to winning in large part because of that.
Yeah, definitely. They even though after the slow start, able to turn things up, get back to what they do so well.
Second free throw rattles out, no good. 12-point lead. Here's Shamray up the left side of the floor over the timeline. Inside 90 seconds to go. McFall top of the key, defended by Johnson. McFall kicks right wing to Baker. Baker jabs, drives free throw line, hands out left wing for Shamray. Up top to Miller, left corner for McFall. Up fake, spinning drive, poked away, regathered by McFall. Drives through a couple of defenders, reaching past Baker. Reverse layup, good. What a find by McFall. What a finish by Baker, 58-48. Hudsonville brings the full court pressure. Owenga beats it over the timeline. Offensive foul. Braylon McFall drew it right after Owenga let the pass go. He blows over McFall. Hudsonville takes over.
Smart play from McFall there, seeing the momentum of Owenga coming his way as they were trying to get the ball across half court. Gets his feet set, and gets an extra possession for the Hudsonville offense.
Full timeout called by the Grand Rapids Christian bench. 58-48. We'll work it around. I would say hi to Bob Sack and our South Christian Michigan Sports Radio broadcast team. They're setting up for the next contest as South Christian takes on Rockford. That'll be a really, really fun game. They're going to come back with quite the comeback victory. They're going to have to definitely get outside their normal style of play and get into the Grand Rapids Christian effective run and jump.
Yeah, they're going to have to run and gun it a little bit more than we've seen them be comfortable doing, but down 10 points here, just over a minute to go. It's what they're going to have to go to. more than likely going to try and find one of your three-point shooters here pretty early, try to knock down a three, then show some of that full court pressure that they've been showing on and off here in the second half.
Again, thanks to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance, presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Make sure you go to MichiganGameNight.com or the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Check out the MGN shop. It's getting marginal, but still in time for Christmas. Just, I think, with the delivery times through our supplier at Spring to be able to order in time. So if you're a fan of MGN or if you're a fan of the Grandville Bulldogs, who we oftentimes cover throughout the bulk of the season, make sure you check all of that out. All right, let's wrap up game 2 of the invite. 1:01 to go. Grand Rapids Christian leading by 10, 58-48. Braden Shamray left to right over the timeline with the basketball. Defended by Hoosier. Goes around a screen. Shamray drives to the basket. Jumping pass. Baker, put back shot off the window. Good. Nice find, nice finish, and Hudsonville brings the pressure. Baker now with 6. Here's Hoosier trying to split a couple. Lost the handle, regathers, throws it left side. Davis runs over the timeline and gets run into and fouled by the charging Braylon McFall. 39 seconds to go, 58-50. And at the line, Christian can get it back up to a double-digit lead.
Able to get the lay-in. Shamray driving to the rim, dumps it off to Baker, and they get 2, cut it down to an 8-point lead. Now the Grand Rapids Christian already in the bonus, going to be shooting a bunch of free throws here down the stretch. Hudsonville going to try to play this one out.
That is the 4th foul on McFall. First free throw is good for Tyler Davis. He has 12. Rainbow Grill Grandville Player of the Game Award going to be really, really tough from this one. I mean, both sides, a lot of guys that put up some good performances. Tyler Davis certainly there. He's got 13 after that made free throw. 60-50 ball games, 36 seconds to go. Shamray in the wing, feeds up top for McFall, up fake. Fakes a handoff, drives, lost, regathers, reaching shot, no good, too strong. Rebound down to Johnson. Johnson poked away by Miller. Johnson regathers over the timeline with 22. Shot clock turned off. Here's Hoosier, skipping it right side on to Willis. Up top to Hoosier. And it looks like Hudsonville not going to foul to close the game. 60-50. We'll let zeros go across the scoreboard. That's your final. Grand Rapids Christian hangs on. They win an intense one. And they are able to stay unbeaten and go to 3-0 on the season. Grand Rapids Christian wins it, and we welcome you inside our Centennial Securities post-game show. Let's give the general comments, wrap it up. This was a game where Grand Rapids Christian Chandler certainly played their style. That's why they won. They went down early, but throughout the second half, they upped the tempo to where they wanted things versus where Hudsonville wanted things. They forced some mistakes, and they're able to use their athleticism and their talent to win there.
Yeah, Hudsonville battled for most of the game, well into the third quarter, able to kind of keep things close. Had it tied at one point in the third quarter, but then the Grand Rapids Christian team able to distance themselves late in the third quarter and into the fourth and come away with a victory.
All right, lot more still to get to, and we will get to it. 60-50 the final. Grand Rapids Christian takes down Hudsonville. They stay unbeaten. So far it's Grandville and Grand Rapids Christian, your winners at day one, or the first 2 games here at the season opening showcase. Feels like it might be a multi-day event. It probably should be in the future with how good this thing has been so far. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
We are Centennial Securities,
an independent firm with a team of committed professionals
who strive to exceed our clients' expectations by giving outstanding service.
We're proud to be part of our community where we live and work.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back and welcome inside Van Ord Arena. 60-50 final score, Grand Rapids Christian over Hudsonville. Chandler, get us some stats, and then we'll get some awards.
All right, for the Hudsonville team, Jovan Daniels, 4 points. Shamray, 11. McFall, 8. Dennis with 4. Miller, 13. Fisher with 4. And Baker with 6. For Grand Rapids Christian, Hoser with 3. Goodike, 6. Willis 6, Johnson 11, Davis 13, Thompson 9, Golston 2, and Owinga 10.
All right, let's hand us some awards to start the Farmers Insurance play of the game. Jalen Owinga, thunderous right-hand jam. Certainly the highest inflection point of this ball game.
Yeah, sure was. Late in the game, Hudsonville applying some full court pressure, trying to get themselves back in the game. Grand Rapids Christian able to beat it, get their big man down on the other end of the floor. He gets one-on-one, and he finishes one-hand slam.
Absolutely. Centennial Securities presents our winning game plan of this contest. The winning game plan has to go to head coach Eric Taylor, kind of similar to what Coach Scott Sudsma did in the first game of the day, but they were able to up the temperature on the game, up the pace on the game, get Hudsonville, even though this is a faster Hudsonville team than some of their teams in the past under Coach Elliott, they got them out of the rhythm, and that's where kind of the third quarter and second half in general run out that put Grand Rapids Christian up for good came from.
Yeah, it was a bit of a slow start for Grand Rapids Christian in the first quarter, but able to make that adjustment, get things turned up a little bit, get back to what they do so well, especially in that second half and late in the fourth quarter.
All right, we wrap up with our Rainbow Grill player of the game. The Rainbow Grill is open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday. You can get half a sandwich and a side for $9.09 from 11 to 2. Also, 11 to 2 on Wednesdays, it is Wet Burrito Wednesdays. All right, Rainbow Grill player of the game. A lot of options, a lot of guys that play so well. Owinga, of course, you know what he brings in terms of attention even outside of his scoring. Nate Johnson, terrific defense. But Tyler Davis led the Eagles of Grand Rapids Christian in scoring today, and I feel like he really was the motor of things. His speed over the timeline, the way he ran the offense, a team that's got so many options to run the point and to run the offense. It really was Tyler Davis, the junior, that kind of was running the show a lot of times this evening for GRC.
Yeah, he was the leader offensively for Grand Rapids Christian, scored in all four quarters for them, 13 points, hit a three, had some lay-ins, some free throws to help seal it down at the end, did a little bit of everything, and was the leader for Grand Rapids Christian.
All right, that'll do it for us here at Game Night. It will not do it, though, for Michigan Sports Radio. Both of the last two games still coming up here from the invite at Calvin University. Grandville, Grand Rapids Christian win their two games. And that'll do it. Thanks again to Centennial Securities Farmers Insurance for helping present Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. We'll see you all next time. We'll be back at it next week here on Game Night. But enjoy the rest of the showcase because we're only halfway through, and Michigan Sports Radio's got the coverage the rest of the day. See everyone next time.